I bet you lead the way if we're up to you decide. But it's not Donkey Kong every day on our fellow men we pray. Donkey Kong, I hope you like my genocide. Donkey Kong every day on our fellow men we pray. Donkey Kong, you get mine. Hope you like my genocide like a silver flame. Like a UAV, like give me more.
Greetings. Can you hear me all right? Because I have various microphones plugged in. Can anyone? At the moment, I've got my webcam still going. I waited for people here so they could tell me if they could hear me or not. So can you hear me all right? So, yes. Can you hear me all right? Right, okay. So, I've got various topics of conversation. Well, it is the morning. Oh yes, good morning. And happy Easter to everybody. Oh, Vic. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
How you
what's
doing?
up?
How's it going? It's been a
It's going good.
while.
It's going good. I'm really happy
Going
because
good. I'm really happy.
I'm hearing an
because
echo. I'm hearing myself.
I'm hearing an echo. I'm hearing myself.
Oh.
Let's see if it's
Right,
me.
let's have a look.
Could it be me?
I'll have it still set
Could
for.
it be me?
No, it's probably me.
Yeah, I had changed mine.
What is
I
the
had
audio
changed
like?
mine.
I've got a different microphone for Fish. How's that? Is that better?
Let me see. Yes, better. I'm very happy right now because I bought a 2DS. I bought a new one and
Oh.
I was gonna hack it, but I don't have to do that because whoever owned it before me and sold it to the game store already hacked it. So I was just installing some games on there, and I'm so happy. Free games always makes me happy.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I heard tell that you had Minecraft, but you don't, do you? On the
On 3DS,
on the 3D,
I could easily
on the
get it.
3DS, yeah.
I could easily get it. I mean, I don't know if I could go online with
Yeah,
it. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know if it's the same one ours. Yeah, I think that might be the old one.
Yeah, because
Right.
the I know the shop, the
That
eShop,
you can get.
is not supported anymore, so I don't know if
Yeah, it's
yeah.
probably.
But yeah, there
Oh
was
man, we do a
Minecraft. There is
Minecraft
Minecraft
thing
on there.
though. We should totally do it at some point.
Oh,
A pirate.
sorry.
All right, Judge Judy. Yeah, that's right, Judge Judy. Judy knows about
Oh,
that.
Judy's
It's
here.
a bit of a thing, isn't it? You get a bit like a Calypso situation. So you'll make a little island or something to put you on while you get you on your proper game or something, and you get that there. So anyway, topics for conversation tonight, drama-wise, because we'll do tarot
All right.
afterwards if you're up for it, Vic.
Man, I
thought I'd
gotta
lost
be
it
honest.
this week. I'd lost my tarot.
I gotta be honest. I have no clue
Yeah.
what's going on with the drama stuff right now.
No, I mean, but these are just my thoughts. I'm not going to go mad. I was even go on.
No, because I was at Ricardo's hanging out just before I got here, and there was this account that came in, and then as soon as I showed myself in there, they said, "Oh, this chat suddenly got really boring, and I gotta go." So.
Oh, did they?
That's
Oh, it'll be
hilarious.
the.
Who knows who it is? I just thought that was hilarious.
It'll be Dean. They're kissing Poppins off. Did everyone see him? Oh my god, it was so pathetic. And someone said, "Why don't you ignore him?" Which is a good. But at Slotham's today, that was just pathetic. He just doesn't stop.
Oh, he showed
and just
himself
gets
there on Slavom's chat.
worse. Oh yeah, he went on his fake Signal account, but he was doing stuff like going, "Oh, look at the guy holding up. Who's the guy holding the sign up? Or the picture and stuff like that." And like, oh, today, and just
Oh,
right.
God.
It's not even ironic. Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
doing it
yeah,
serious
it
way. He's doing it.
I mean, I guess
It's
at least that's a
just
little bit funny. Like,
like last week when he was like, "Hey guys, dreaming."
yeah.
Everybody he knows that nobody wants him
Yeah.
around, and he's still like properly since Slotham's arse after all that as well.
Yeah,
That was funny.
Yeah,
Good
it's
start.
at a funny
this being
point right
somewhat-
now.
It is, isn't it? Because he's just entertainment. I mean, he has been.
Well, I think that they just the credibility
You
is
just think
gone.
he'd be.
Credibility is completely gone.
Yeah.
Nobody cares anymore. They come in and you're like, okay, yeah. Keep saying the same stuff over and over again. It's fine. Like it doesn't register anymore for me.
Yeah, well, they're on Flatland.
Yeah, it doesn't
They're
even
in
matter.
Flatland,
It's
aren't
just
they? But that brings me to my first topic of conversation of Flatland. And I was considering how Flatland comes to be. Can everyone hear me okay, by the way? Because I have got a different
I
mic that I can use.
don't know if it's me, but it kind of keeps cutting out, and I'm missing like some of the stuff you're saying.
Right, okay. So let's see if I can work this. Oh, these other ones plugged in, but I just don't know. So if I unplug my other one and keep this one on, you have to tell me if this works, okay? I'll just make sure I'm unplugging the right one. So I don't know about this shit, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Constantly fucking up too on mine. Whatever, it's fine. It's not like I'm trying to be like, anything special. I don't care. The mistakes are part of the charm, you know what I mean? Okay. I guess there's technical difficulties going on. And it looks like CP has dropped from her own stream. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Yes, Victor did put everybody to sleep. You're right. I'm sorry. I was kind of distracted and I don't know. Oh, there it is. Somebody's back. Somebody's back. I can't hear you though. I don't know if the people, I don't see any indication that no, there's I don't hear anything. If anything, you're very low. Like they ran out of stuff to talk about. Yeah, probably. Why can't I hear anything? Yeah, it's something's going on. Just the old car streams. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Can't hear you. No, we still can't hear you. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's up. Oh boy. Oh boy. If she changed mics, she will need to change the settings on StreamYard. Mine changes mics on me all the time. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I don't know. What I don't know what to I don't even it sucks because she left before she could mention any of the topics. So I don't know what the hell we're talking about. She was about to talk about the topics, but then I rudely interrupted. And now everybody's going to sleep now. But it's I put it back. I don't know. CPE, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. You can't hear me either. The people you can't hear me either. Can you at least hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay, okay, you can hear me. That's good. Somebody can hear me. StreamYard is trash. Yeah. The stream has less views than the average DTV stream. Oh, that's probably my fault, so don't put that on CPE. Yeah, StreamYard can be a pain. Okay. So maybe I should sing a lullaby for you guys and really put you to sleep. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Do you see what I see? The fuck? What am I doing? Okay, let me. Somebody texted me. She might have muted her own stream. Semi-broken mic was even better than that. So you can't even hear me? So you can't even hear me. Is that what it is? CB said she could hear me. Oh, okay, you can hear me. Okay, okay. Talk about your 2DS. Okay, well, okay, let's talk about 2DS. Yeah. Let me just get it in here. I did install Shin Megami Tensei 4. That was the first game I installed into there. So I hope to start that soon. But I am playing Devil Survivor on the original DS. So I'm gonna finish that first, and then I'm gonna get into this one. I love the Shin Megami Tensei series. I think it's one of the coolest. It's one of the coolest Japanese RPG series that there is. It's all about like the end of the world, and then demons come from the nether world, and and it's all occultic, and that stuff is interesting. Has all the 3D set. Yep, I know. I am aware, Judge Judy. Thank you so much, Judge Judy. Thank you so much. I am aware of that. That's where I've been getting the games. A couple One Piece games on there I want to try. There's that, plus like I bought it at a retro game store, which obviously it was used. So I got it home. I opened it, and there was all these games already installed into it. And I didn't know if it was hacked or what. I was kind of speculating that it was, and then I kind of fiddled with it. I took the SD card out, put it in my computer, and I was like, "Oh yes, this is hacked." So I was like, "All right, cool. How do I put the games on here?" And that's what I've been doing. I've been fiddling with this all day. I also put Senran Kagura. I had streamed that game previously. It's the one with the boobs. If you guys know, there's a game. It's a game where the female ninjas, and they have big boobs, and they flop around, and look at my StreamYard and see if I can walk you through what to change. Yeah, I don't have any clue. I don't have any clue what's going on. I don't know. You'd have to look at the settings, all that. Since I'm probably boring everybody, let me open. This is so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna open my soundboard. At least you guys can hear that shit. Maybe get a chuckle. I gotta add some more stuff to it, but I gotta like organize it now. I gotta like categorize different like folders or whatever, so I can, just so I have everything kind of like. And then I got a hotkey like certain ones,
But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m., make some soup. It's the best. Love it.
It was working, and then it was echoing for me, but then you did something and it worked, and then it didn't work. But it was working for a little while there. So you did something right. It is possible to work. It just you blew it. Which is supposed to be on here. I think I'm gonna get the "you blew it" from Copland. So Judge Judy has a message for you guys, and here it is. This never gets old. This never gets old. Let me see. Where is it? What the fuck is it? See, this thing, it's like, I gotta like organize this. I gotta organize this because look at this. Look at this. Like the moment is over. You know what I mean? The moment is over.
That's what people do on the internet. They have nothing else to do. They should all have very busy jobs and lives, and then they wouldn't have so much time to spend so much nasty time on the internet.
Can you hear me?
Ah, I heard there was action. Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it was actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hooray! Finally.
I
Oh my
am
God.
getting the echo though. Oh wait,
I-
no echo.
Thank you for holding the phone.
I am getting the echo. No, no echo.
You're getting the echo.
Yes, I am getting it.
Yes, I am. Getting it.
Okay.
I'm
Oh yeah,
scared
that's
to
because
like.
you took everything off. Oh, is that any better?
Okay, yes. Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. My new mic wasn't
Just one question.
Are you
working
taking any
as well.
controlled
I don't understand
substances
why
today?
that actually isn't. So,
Sorry.
no, not yet.
Okay. So you were
Well,
cut off. You were so
yes,
rudely
great.
cut off.
Right, so we best get started.
Yes. You were just about to.
I
You were
know.
just about to like talk about the topics we were gonna cover and this and that.
I know, well, I'm used to it. I'm used to that, obviously. Maybe things will change now. I don't have to put up with fucking Ricardo. But to be honest, maybe this is a new era where people aren't going to stand on me and people aren't going to tell me what to fucking say. And people aren't going to talking over me every fucking 2 minutes, which is what Ricardo.
Are you
basically
taking
made
any
his fucking
controlled
time doing.
substances today?
Sorry, that was an accident. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're just talking about how you weren't letting people talk over you. I'm so sorry.
I know, that's fine though. That's a joke. That's
No,
absolutely
I didn't do
fine.
that on
No,
purpose. I
I'm
was trying to move my keyboard and I
joking
hit the
anyway.
key.
Right. So
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
so I'm gonna go in on Ricardo massively, like personally, because like he did with me, because I want to show by example. But at the same time, I do want to bring a few thoughts that his behaviour and his actions have brought up in me. All right, it's Ron. All right, Ron. Hey, nice to pop it off.
Hey!
Hey up, Ron. Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
What
Ron's
happened?
gone. Hopefully he'll be
Anyways,
back.
go on, go on.
So yeah, what? Yeah, so I don't know if anyone's ever heard of a comedian called Limay, but he is a Scottish guy. And he came up with a concept called extractor fans, and extractor fans are the sort of people who. All right,
All right,
Ron.
now I'm in.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, what's up, Vic?
What's up?
CT?
At least it's not a dick pic. Hey, nice to see you. How you doing?
Good, good. How are you guys doing?
I was just talking about a concept called extractor fans. So, what he does it in his context, which is that he's got fans, obviously, and they have to get about them, and it's all about them. They're always on. It's like, you know, they'll come and then they'll say, "Oh, I like this. It reminds me of this thing mine, or this thing that I'm doing, or whatever, or oh, I really love your stuff so much. This old," and it's all about them. It's their thing. It's not. They don't see it as something that they're enjoying.
Yeah, I can
See it as
relate to
something
that.
they
I think
discovered and that they created, and they kind of almost like some sort of voodoo shit. They're like,
you know what? I
think
think
it's
I
them.
think I'm a little bit guilty of that type of thing. It's like, especially if you're an early adapter, you kind of feel this ownership over something. Like it's like, no, I've been watching since this person wasn't popular. You know?
Yeah, there was a bit of that. There was a bit, and that's more sort of like why you're talking to other people about it, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? So I suppose you'd be extracting out of the environment.
Right. But I mean,
Well,
I wouldn't, maybe obviously not an extreme case, but I can see where that could happen. Like, you know, you kind of like, you know, you're only seeing it through your lens,
yeah.
right? Like,
I mean, like it's very teenage. Yeah. No, I totally could see it happening, and I think it happens more like they can turn into gatekeeping or whatever, can't it, and stuff like that. We've seen it with Darius. We've seen that with Darius all the way through.
Well,
He wants
it actually
fans.
has to
Come
do
on,
a lot of what kind of person you are. Like in Darius's community, there's a lot of people there that thought that Darius was their friend, and it happens to a greater degree with bigger channels that some of the subscribers think that the YouTubers are their friends when
Right,
that's not the
right.
reality at all. So
right.
I mean, yeah, it's there's
but
plenty.
people who think
Yeah.
they're friends,
I mean,
but
like,
then there's people who think that they own them as well.
Or yeah,
And that's the thing I was
they
pointing
take it
out
too
with Darius.
personal. They take it too personal.
yeah. And like, I think to some degree, maybe, you know,
Like what we saw at Darius is we saw like Volp was the big one of that, wasn't he? He just thought he owned, and obviously
right.
Albert.
Oh yeah, that's
know,
a perfect
was one,
example right there.
There was two
Well,
there.
well,
and
yeah,
they were
and
both for attention.
you know, we were talking about maybe the bigger ones, but you know, the smaller ones are kind of, the smaller channels are kind of more susceptible to that because you have more access to.
It's even worse in some ways.
Yeah. So there's more access.
yeah.
So there is a way where you're actually are contributing to what they're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that kind of like,
Yeah, and when you get really down into really small time, so like Darius is
exactly.
really small time, and you get like obviously Volps and stuff, but then you get even smaller to us, and you get people like Ricardo, you see.
Right.
And they do their extractor shit, but it's like on a way different scale because they are kind of in control. And what happens then, because they are the dominant mental health issue then, Because that's what I always used to say about Dean, wasn't it? That he had a dominant mentality.
Yeah, wait. What did
I don't really
Ricardo?
say-
What did Ricardo do now?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
No, well, I'm
Did I miss
talking
something?
about no, there's nothing specific. It's just my experience and these are my commentary on what's happened in the last week or so regarding what Ricardo did to me. Do you know what I mean? How he's behaved afterwards that I've seen anyway has led me down this path of thinking, really. And it's nothing specifically against him. It's just that I've looked at what it is, what it turns out like. It's like what Sloth is about, the same game every day. He just wants homogeny. He just wants it flat. He just wants it comfort zone. Same comment every fucking day. Same game every day. Same commenter every day. He just wants Doshin in his alt accounts. He just wants a comfy jumper to put on and just keep putting that same comfy jumper on every day. And he wants us all to line up with it. And when you don't, he has a tantrum. And so what we're going to end up with is this really flat, dull, boring, grey mush of everyone all mushed together for this one person to dominate with their very specific mental health issue of like keeping it quiet when they want to keep everything quiet all the time and keep it exactly how they want it in the grooves that they have that are exactly the same every single day. I bet he's the sort of person who has the same fucking outfit lined up in his bloody wardrobe on a fucking, every single day. And that's what I've seen.
Oh,
and that's what I'm saying about.
I'm guilty of that.
It's just how diversification could just be like brought down to a monoculture, basically.
Well, I mean, I know that
you
nobody's
guys- what do you guys
dominating
think about
me. Like all I can really control is myself, and nobody's in control of me or tells me what to do, and that's it. Like, I mean, I was over at Ricardo's and I was having fun there, talking with Luke's Awakening, and we were having a great time. And don't
you think that on a scale those psychological things can happen that we were saying about though with the people coming in and making it about them? Do you not think that every single time Ricardo's come onto a panel, he's made it about him?
Yeah, I'll say that. I mean, he tries to,
and it's always like
he's very
Yeah,
overbearing.
he takes over everything.
He's quite
Like, yeah,
overbearing.
He's
But
too,
I mean,
he's too
He
excitable.
never let
He
me
gets
talk
so
ever.
excited.
It was always, I've realised afterwards. That's what I thought, but no, I think there's something going on there, and I do think it's a control mechanism because he needs to have control over the panel. He needs to have control over every situation. It's a covert narcissist technique, and I've come to the conclusion that he's as much of a narcissist, as much of a liar as Dean. But he's just covert with it, and he's a martyr, and he's a victim.
well, if I could just say one
He's
thing,
the
to kind
victim
of
side,
defend-
He's more in tune with his.
If I could just say one thing,
Pardon?
just to defend what.
Yeah.
Sometimes when English isn't your first language, you might
Mm.
feel more inclined to explain
Mhm.
yourself, and you're always feeling like your message isn't coming across because
Yeah,
you
to over explain, to over talk. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Exactly what you wouldn't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right, because like we all get this feeling sometimes where we're trying to get a point across, but we always feel like we're not expressing it or we're not vocalizing it properly. You know what I mean? And I think when you're speaking a language that's not your first language, that's always going to be in the front of your mind, and that could contribute to what his overbearing kind of like way he speaks.
I agree with that. But I had a lot of time for that as well. And I do think I took that into account a bit, and I do think that we all got to know each other and that took that into account as well. Actually getting to know people's ebb and flow and everything about that, including like languages and things like that. It's like we're getting to know each other, and it still happened. And I still think that there was from my perspective, that language barrier, it didn't have the same effect on, say, you guys as it had on me, for instance, guys. But for me, it was like always shutting me down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
And so for me, I just feel like he has to take the bones out of it.
yeah, I felt the same way. But I mean,
and if he doesn't, he gets really antsy and really stressed out.
Yeah, I guess I just never let it really bother me. I mean, I'm not a strong personality, so I'm not like trying to
Yeah,
get
I'm not
myself
bothered. It's
out,
just
and
something I
he's
thought
stomping
about.
on
Yeah.
me. So so
Yeah, I'm not. It's never frustrated me. Exactly. I knew where I was, do you know, and I knew what I was doing, and I knew who I was talking to, and that's fine. It's just, he's pushed it to another level now, and I've had to step out of it because he pushed it to such an extreme level with me, and he pushed it so that I couldn't even go anywhere.
uh-huh.
Which I started thinking about this, and I thought, God, after everything what's gone on,
Yeah,
he was the one who's really tried to come in and disassemble everything and take the bones out of everything and flatten it down in his image
uh-huh.
and just like re-chew it up and just Groundhog Day spoon it out for you for Doshin every week, every fucking night
Yeah.
with the same game. And that's what we've got
Yeah.
instead.
I mean,
And
Daoshin
it's
is
just
an
the same
enigma.
as what I always said about Dean would do. I said that had happened with Dean and the big fat spider in the middle of the web, and now we've got it with Ricardo because I was too busy watching Dean because he was too shouting when we had this fucking covert version of it. Now I don't think he's doing it maliciously. It's out
No.
of fear.
I don't know.
It's just out of fear.
I don't know. I don't see any. I mean, he continues to be friendly with me, and I've grown. I'll say that I like Ricardo a lot more than I used to. I think he's great. I hang out in his streams, and
Do you not think there's like a massive disparity? Do you not think there's like the fact that he decided to say that his whole reason, and he never even gave a proper reason. He did a 4.5 hour fucking
and now
stream
I will say that I haven't
ragging
watched
on
that,
me,
so I don't
and
know
he never
what he
presented one
said.
bit.
Ragging. If you could,
One bit of evidence during that time, and all it was a woman hunt, right? So Ron would say something, Oval would say something, and he'd start crying about it, and then he'd not say anything. He'd be like, "Oh, Evil, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Oh, Ron, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt." And then I come on, and I say something like, "Oh, hey Taco, how you doing? You all right?" And he's like, "CP, fucking bitch, look at her bitching about me to all her friends while behind my back. Absolute bullshit."
right.
Just making a lying and crying for 4 hours about
Yeah. Well,
me.
that is one thing
And
that I
I
don't.
lost count of the number of times he fucking mentioned my name.
I don't.
And he's just literally doing that. That was his plan the whole time, mate, because he fell out with me
Yeah,
when
but the whole,
I would not turn on Slotham to Darius. And he tried. He came in right at the beginning, and that's when he started being nice to me because he was wanting to deliver me to Darius, you see. And I wouldn't turn. And I turned around to him and I said, "Well, I'll go to Darius's
that sort of
when apologizes to
idea.
Slotham."
The idea that you're
And
going,
he got really pissed off with
yeah,
that.
the idea that you're going to kind of turn somebody to your way or whatever, that's such a icky kind of like it would never. I couldn't imagine that sort of idea that I'm going
Yeah,
to.
well, he did it very
I'm
viciously.
going to choose. I'm going to change Luke's Awakening's mind and tell him, no, you shouldn't like that guy. You should like this guy over here. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but like in this
That's
really
boring.
insidious sort of a way,
It's
like
ridiculous. It wouldn't even enter my mind. He's an individual and he knows what he likes and he
right.
knows where he wants to be. That's totally up to
You
him.
know who does that all the time?
Who's that?
Well, our friend Cody Bell. He's always telling others what to think, what to do, who to like, who to
Exactly.
hate.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Right. Isn't that a great? Isn't that a
From
big sign of
Ricardo.
insecurity? I mean, you can't allow. It's like having a girlfriend, right? And then you have to. You don't know which friends that she can hang out with. Where are you going and what are you doing? It's all insecurity and
Calling her every
Cody
5
Bell,
minutes.
I hate to
Where you
say
at?
it. I hate to say it, but it's like you maybe you're not insecure. Maybe you are what you say you are, but it sure comes across that way, dude. So that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, the behavior is clear.
It's just
Yeah, it's like, hey, Rabbit Dude, where were you?
exactly. Well, that's
last
why I
night?
just left it. I didn't have to say anything because he's just carried on burying himself. But the fact is, because you haven't seen it, for instance, Vic, you've come on going, "Oh, Ricardo's been all right with me this week. It's been lovely."
Right.
It's like, yeah, because he's been fucking trying to divide and conquer, and he's had it in for me from the day I would not denounce the snakes
Right.
for him. And I remember hearing it, his little cog go in his head.
Yeah.
But you see, we got through it, you see, and I thought, and we pushed through it. It's not easy, do you know what I mean? No one's perfect, and everyone has their little foibles. So we did push through it, but this time round, he decided to
Yeah. It's like I could go
really
hang
throw me
around.
under the bus. But the thing was that everybody kind of,
Yeah,
nobody
it's
knows
like
any different. Everybody's just sort of like,
it's like the famous deer clause that even Rabbit was afraid to go to evil streams and just say hi
Right.
or
Right.
whatever. He was so
Right.
afraid because they were gonna kick him out
That-
of their little gang.
That notion
yeah.
just
But then he'll go on about it for 3
boggles
hours.
my mind. Because if it was me,
Yeah, but then he went on about it, how he went on about, oh, I don't
I'd be
go
like, you
go
can
to
take
the
your little
Herbies, I don't
gang
go
and
to Evils,
shove it up
I
your
won't go
ass.
to see Peter because she's just talking shit. And he's going, oh, I don't do drama.
Right.
And that was the thing. It's like, don't piss on my leg
Well,
and
you
tell
know
me
what?
it's fucking raining, you fucking
Well,
boneless, flabby-brained, comfort zone fucking
I
malingerer.
will give Ricardo that. He
You
has
know
been,
what I mean?
he,
Like, it's
he,
just
he hasn't been
literally,
talking about this.
um,
Like he hasn't.
well, he won't be now because he knows that I turned around and just
Right.
that stream where he went on and because he's already achieved his goals as well. He's got me out. See?
No, he hasn't. Because we're here. You're not out of
He's
anything.
already achieved his fucking goals. And
What are you
well, that's
out
what he
of?
thinks anyway, because that's what he wants. He just wants me out. No, he will just not going
Well,
on
to
to
his channel, so
stream and just
whatever.
not being around, you see, because he had to
Just-
put up with me because he wanted to suck Evil's cock. So now I don't go round so that he's got what he wants, you see. And he'll just try and calypso everybody every day, all day, every day, like Doshin, just in this weird Groundhog Day comfort zone thing where they're not allowed to talk about drama, only if he says so, and very specifically directed around him to feed his ego. You know, it's just that. It's just what he does.
Sure.
In my opinion, I've seen it now. I've seen him for the snake in the grass that he is. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? No offense
No,
to
no,
any
no. And but
snakes,
I just
because I don't actually want to
think
lump him with the snake.
yeah, whatever he does and whatever he feels or whatever, it hasn't affected me yet. So I'm not gonna pay too much mind to it because it doesn't affect me.
No, I'm just doing my
Yeah,
rebuttal to that
I
because
would love to hear some
uh,
clips from this stream.
I never
where
really
he,
made
like,
any feedback. I never fed to it.
I wish I heard it, or I wish there was somebody like I wish you had maybe if you had some clips of this 4-hour stream where he talks about you what does he do?
Oh, I don't know if he's still got
Right,
it up already.
yeah,
I
but
don't
like I would like to
know
know what
if
he
he's
was
still got
saying.
it. He might
I'd
still
like
have
to
it up
know
on his channel. He probably does.
if I
He was just bitching about me. It was just like he was just really upset because he didn't get to be the center of attention on this panel this time last week. And literally all I did was open, right? So listen
Right.
to this bit, right? This is what his problem was. So then when Taco came up and I said, oh, do you want to watch it out with Taco? Because it's meant to be the death zone. And then he was like, all right then, but then he found out it was alt account, so then he bailed, right? So I was just like, okay, cool, see you in a bit, you know what I mean? This is like what it is. But nah, man, because obviously he was waiting to do anything, he still managed to create and weave an entire fucking narrative,
Right.
an entire
well, I mean, look, to
story
me,
where he was butthurt because I turned on him and bitched about him behind his back. When it wasn't, it was Evil and Ron and everybody all saying stuff that he didn't like to hear.
Yeah.
Because they just weren't kissing his ass. They weren't bitching
Yeah.
about him. No one was bitching about him. We would
nobody
just
was.
we just weren't doing that whole
we were
thing
just
where
stating our opinions. I mean, what's wrong with that?
it's just like
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
wants to be special
And-
looking.
Nobody was disparaging Ricardo. Nobody was saying anything bad.
No,
We are just saying, hey man, like
but he made up that lie and he
chill.
but everybody
It's not
let him do it
it's
as
not
well.
that
To be
bad.
fair.
yeah, it's not that bad. If you're uncomfortable, you can leave. That's fine. But why not have a conversation? That's also completely
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
I'm sure alt count one is a civil dude. He will sit and talk to. They might have come to some sort
Yeah,
of agreement.
totally.
Who knows?
This was how it was. This was what this was supposed to be. Ricardo just expects to come on to every panel and be
Yeah,
in a
and that's
lost
a sign.
And
street
people
like
do
James
and people do his bidding. Yeah, you're kind of right on that one. It's a little bit
Yeah,
like that.
it's an immaturity.
and because he tantrums and because
It's like a safe space type of
he
thing.
carries on and because he talks over people. Sorry, I know I'm looking over you guys at the moment, but do you know what I mean? Because he does all those little tricks, he gets away with it. He's like a kid. Do you know what I mean? It's like having a little kid in it. Sometimes with him there, you have to act treat like a kid. You have to either filter out what he's saying so you can continue your
Well,
conversation
mean-
because you know he's trying to get you to distract you.
I do see that as a sign of immaturity, right? That he can't take it that you're like, it's like, you know, when you're a little kid and you don't like a person, but your other friend likes is hanging out with that person, and you get all flustered and you get all jealous, whatever. That's that kind of same thing.
Yeah,
It's like
which is
he's
fair.
not
Innit? That's
past
all.
that.
You can get flustered and you can be pissed off about it. That's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with that, but just own it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I got pissed off. I own it, but like you can't just like put it on one person and then just make a lie up about them. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like if somebody came up on this panel that I was
Because
uncomfortable
he didn't
with,
even think that doesn't look weird. Then that after making such a song and dance, I think it was like literally the next stream, he was literally saying to alt account, "Do you want to come on my panel?" To talk drama, and literally had just been saying how he
Are you
doesn't talk
kidding
drama.
me?
He doesn't go to
Really?
any Herbie streams because all they do
Come
is
on,
talk
Ricardo.
drama. He doesn't,
Come on,
and he
Ricardo.
was still bitching about me and still calling me all the names and saying that I was bitching
I mean, I'm trying
about
to,
him behind his back and all that shit, which was all bullshit. The only problem he had was with me was I let alt account onto a panel and he was asking him onto his own panel.
I mean, that's crazy.
Bullshit, mate.
Because I'm sitting here and I'm
So
trying.
it's just your bullshit.
I'm trying to advocate, you know, for this guy and try to kind of like, you know, be forgiving. But if he goes and does that, I mean, why is he bitching? And then he goes in and why? Because he wants it to happen on his channel instead of your channel. Is it that sort of thing? Like, come on, Ricardo.
I don't know why.
Is he drunk on the drama
I don't
now?
know.
Or
No, I
what?
don't think so.
I don't know.
He always is.
I mean,
Did he get drunk
It's
on all
because
that bullshit?
he's a covert can.
Look, this is not. It's not necessarily a bad thing. If the only thing that kind of you can do for
No,
content,
I really like Ricardo. Do you know what I mean? I had no problem with him.
keep going with that, then okay, that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not handling it in the right way.
And also, the moment
exactly.
you start talking drama and exposing other people's and talking shit on others, you expose yourself as well
Exactly.
to others talking shit on you. So I mean, that's
Exactly. You
really
gotta be
immature. Like Blonde said, it is really immature from his part. Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with Blonde.
Yeah, and he's literally been doing it for a super long time. He's just literally been talking shit about other people. That's what he's been doing with us. That's what he's been doing with us the whole time, and that's kind of what we expected. All right, Q, yeah. All right, alt count. Wow, someone's trolling him. Yeah, exactly. And he was asking him to come on.
I thought Q was Jew.
Hey, up there, Bear.
Celebrating Easter.
All right, Q. Yeah, happy Easter, everybody. Oh, and happy April Fool's Day. Yes, I forgot.
Yeah, you know.
And hello, Derby. Happy Easter to you too. Yeah, I just wanted to say my piece to about Ricardo. I didn't really spout off back because, like you say, Ron, you show yourself. You know what I mean? I just let him show himself, and I could see by the responses in the chat that people were seeing him for who he was. Yeah. But he doesn't care. Because all he cares about is having Doshin giving him a feedback, and I think he knows, and he still does it.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear what he said about you and all that, but I don't know. I still enjoy, you know, going over there, especially. I mean, mostly for the chat because
you've got a penis, so he'll try and suck you off. So that's why you're allowed back in, and that's why. It's true.
Right.
And that's a bitter old woman-hating queen. Let's be right. We all know it. It's obvious.
I mean,
that energy comes off him a mile away.
I mean, the puzzle pieces are there.
Get his eyes on and off you go.
The puzzle pieces of a bitter, scorned man are there. I mean, you got the divorce, you got the kid situation, all that type of stuff. Yeah, that is set you up to be a bitter kind of like a MGTOW guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's possible.
And so
That he's a women hater. It's definitely possible.
well, you can't argue with results, can you?
Right. I
I'm
stay away from absolutes. I'm not gonna say that for sure and make some sort of diagnosis, but I mean,
yeah,
like, if
that's
you
true. Yeah, that's a good way to
the
be. I
pieces
agree.
are there. The pieces that make that kind of like situation are all in place. So that is a possible idea that it
Yeah.
is something to do with women, and I don't like I hope that's not the case, but like I said, it is there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, it might not be that. I might just be oversimplifying
Right, and
it.
there's no point of reference,
but that's
right?
how I saw it. Obviously, I would do because I'd been attacked.
Right. It's not like there's many females around in this community, right? So there's not a lot of point of reference, right?
Yeah, well, all I can look at how him and Darshan
Yeah, Darshan has some
have been
issues.
when there
for
was
sure.
one other woman that came on the scene.
Yeah,
Look at
Darshan
how
does.
they've both gone on about her.
Yeah,
No, it's not just him. It's not just him. So literally, I went on to see what he was bitching about me. That stream, or it was like a stream straight afterwards, and it's just him and Darshan talking about my mate.
yeah.
And you're just like, you've literally
Right.
spent the last 4 hours bitching about me, and now you're going to try and get. And he's asking Darshan to go and get my mate to come on.
Oh, sweet
for,
lord, sweet lord.
And you're just like, what fucking planet are you living on?
He's making it very hard to
And he just knows.
to defend. He's making it hard to defend him, because that kind of
just knows that. Go on.
No, you're absolutely right. Like,
I think a lot of the time
he did make a
he play acts and stuff, and everybody knows. We all know that he knows. Do you know what I mean? You say something, oh, we can't hear this, or this, that, and the other, and he knows seen this thing, and that he's just pretending that he hasn't seen it. And this is the start of a cult. What's going on here? Do you know what I mean? This is the only way he can interact with a group of people is if he does it in a cult form, in the sense of being some sort of even a weak leader where they dominate with their just with this weird mental health issue that they just kind of it's like I say, the unwritten, the silent elephant in the room, and that's how it works. I don't see any other way that it can work, and I suppose that's why it feels so flat. Everything just feels so flat. All the jokes fall flat. Everything that we try and make just falls flat because you've got this extractor that just turns up and just takes it all, and they don't even use it for anything or put it into anything. They don't even fire it back at you in anger. They just turn it into this brown comfort zone thing. I'll see you, Luke. I'm just gonna go and let the cat out. I won't be a sec.
Yeah, I mean, I do notice that he kind of hams it up when it comes to like female. It's like, oh, it's kind of like this extra. He's like extra. I think that's a good way to put it. He just kind of puts this extra kind of like attention. That's what I noticed, like towards CPE and then towards Lemur. It was the same thing. It's like, but to me, I chalk it up to look. There's not a lot of females, so you see one, you're like, hey, look, it's a female, right? But yeah, I mean, there is the evidence there that he's kind of like treats them differently, but
I mean it doesn't make him a bad person necessarily.
Right. But
it's just,
he didn't do that stream where he's talking some smack about, and like I wish I heard any of it, but
yeah, he just whose boobs are flat? I don't know. We're talking. There's a fair few boobs considering there's
my boobs
aren't there really?
My boobs are quite perky, actually.
Is it nippy where you are? So yeah, that was what thoughts about just how it's an interesting thing. It's like protocols. This is how these people, if Ricardo was a slightly different type of person with a slightly different channel, with more people in a different environment that was maybe had less scrutiny on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
can see-
how these megalomaniac type situations
Yeah.
occur. And it's just out of fear. And that leads us into the Dean thing. And that's how I think Dean ended up like he was, because he was out of the public eye more. You know, his little short bus thing, that's all going behind the scenes. That's not. Ricardo's way more open with
Right.
his
And I think
covertness in
and I
a weird way.
I think a big problem here is that being that we're all anonymous for the most part, and we're all on the internet, and it's like it's easy to think of everybody as some character rather than a human being. That's, you know what I mean? So it's like it's easy to think everybody in the way that you imagine them. You know, I can't really articulate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's like
Yes,
two-dimensionalized
like because
people and
like
all
let's
that
say
stuff. Definitely.
yeah, let's say if
We were friends
somebody
with him for a reason. Oh,
hey, I'll tell one.
hello.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up, alt account?
not much. What's going on with you guys?
We're just here having a chat.
Just chinning,
All right.
you know, chin like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
I was calling Ricardo like things like when I was writing my notes, the extractor, the fileter, because he's like a fileter. He takes all the bones out. He just, it's just flabby. What we got left, it's just like a puddle of what we used to have. You know, it'll take and he construct. You know, you'll construct something and we'll try. And you try. It's like trying to build a castle in a swamp. You can't. It's just time because he'll just come and do his thing like he did with me. You
Okay.
know what I mean? He'll come and make a massive histrionic fucking charade, you know.
Now that alt account is here, we can ask him what's
on.
to do with why are you so mad with Ricardo about alt account?
Oh, I mean, I wasn't mad with Ricardo at all. What happened that day is that Ricardo started accusing me of being someone else. And then he started calling me a pedophile and calling me
shit.
other things.
He accused you of someone at
Because, I mean, quite honestly, just like I said that other day, Ricardo is running around scared. And whenever he sees an account that he
Yeah.
doesn't recognize, he thinks that it's somebody else that is going after him. But that wasn't the case at all. So basically, earlier that day, I was on Evil Streams chat, and I mentioned about the Signal 66 situation. I told Ricardo that,
Oh, yeah.
hey Ricardo, I think that you handled the situation wrong. I don't think that basically getting rid of the guy was the right response. I mean, if you didn't want to talk to him about that topic, you could have talked to him about something else.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
Ricardo took that as me being, I don't know, attacking him or something. And that's when he started the issues with me. So in reality, I never started anything
What?
with him. He started the whole thing by himself.
Gotcha.
That was what it was about. I didn't even know.
I mean, his guard is going to
Oh.
be up, right? With all the issues he's been dealing with, you know, getting his channel taken
That's
down.
crazy though. That all that vitriol was about you saying that about Signal. I thought it was way worse than that.
Yeah. But yeah, like I agree with you on that Signal thing, you know. Like that guy seemed like he was
Yeah.
a smart guy. He was just chatting. He wasn't being toxic or anything.
He was
Nothing
drunk.
obnoxious.
Yeah, it was the only problem. The only reason I couldn't have a proper discussion with him is because we couldn't get past that first stage with him because he was quite drunk. So, but I was well up for discussing it with him later on. But what Ricardo did that night, and I totally agree with you, alt account, on that one, because he literally, I had to go at 7:00, come rain or shine, because that's when my morning starts. My kid gets up. Do you know what I mean? That was it. And he got to 7:00, I had to leave. And he went. And I was like, it's fine. I was like, it's okay, no problem. Signal. I was like, I'm off, skis. That's it. Ricardo's there going, oh, CPE, if you need to go, I'll choose you over him every time. I'll make sure that he goes for you. Nobody disrespects you in front of me. As like making this whole big thing like I was me.
That's
You know, he
not
uses
cool.
things. It's like what you're saying, alt account. he picks people and he'll go, oh, you're that person and you're that person. And I know I do that for my
Right.
own reasons myself.
It's hard to
But
not
I'll
do
quite
that.
open about it, and I'll tell people.
Most of us here is
Yeah, and I'll
just
tell
an
people my
avatar.
process. I'll
You
say,
know?
look, I'll check you this person. Yeah,
Right. Some of
yeah,
us
you
make
just check who it
content.
is. But like with Ricardo, I think he uses it for like these like weird sort of defensive, hiding away sort of. It's passive aggressive. So it's like he will say, "Oh, that's that person," and they're starting shit with me, and I've got a problem with them. And then literally the next day he'll be like, "Oh, that's just he's my best friend," and he'll just make that out account whatever he wants to fit whatever political football he needs that day, and he doesn't give a shit that there's nothing that joins up or there's any sort of consistency or continuity with what he's saying.
Nobody has anything to add.
Well, I didn't know that happened. I didn't know that happened in that live stream.
Yeah. If I could just
The
go back
word-
to what I was saying. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. But
What he
anyways,
ends up
I was
doing is he
watching them
starves the
afterwards,
ghosts.
and there's somebody trying to imitate me, and it's not even the same picture at all. But for some reason, Ricardo was
Oh, that'll be
thinking that I
Doshin
was talking
probably.
to him.
It was Darshan.
Right.
I mean, it's so simple. You could
Yeah,
look at the
Doshin
picture
is
and
in the
figure out that it wasn't me.
chat.
You probably could go to the account, Ricardo, and look how long it's been created for.
Yeah. Oh no, he's gonna believe whatever serves him. He's gonna
Well,
pick
that's
and
it.
choose
Yeah,
what to
that's it. We
believe.
know he can as well. He does that. That's so true. That's a good point though that Alcan makes, because he makes it's like, when you watch those films and they do it in a modern day, and there's a thing where it was like in a film in the olden days, it's like, we need to get in touch with, like, what's it, Saving Amy or whatever it's called. You've got to get in touch with so and so and this, that, and the other, Chasing Amy or whatever it is, and you can't get in touch with them, but it would all be completely fucked. None of the plots would work anymore. Like if you've got mobile phones, and it's like that with Ricardo. It's like he forgets that we all know it's the internet,
Right.
and you can just check the fucking accounts, and you can look back on your chat and everything. You can just record back and see what people have said. So he's acting like we all ain't got mobile phones, like one of them plots.
No, he's going
from an
to
old-fashioned 80s
run
film.
with whatever.
And it's like, no, mate, the plot,
Whatever Darshan
your
tells
plot
him.
don't work, mate. Like,
Well, he's gonna
Yeah.
run with whatever serves what he believes is to be true. I watched this other kind of lol cow drama stuff on this other part of the internet, and then so there's a guy that trolls this particular guy. He goes on his show and manipulates him, and he's on there telling him about his enemies and that he was writing in the private chat this and this, and there's no way for that guy to know that what the other guy wrote in the private chat, but he chose to believe it and run with it and call it true because it served what he was trying to say. So he overlooked
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
fact that that there's no way
Well,
for
that's
this
it,
guy
that's
to
how you
know.
get him, isn't it?
Right. And I think that's kind of the behavior that he's doing. If he hears something that serves him, he's gonna run with it.
Oh yeah, especially if Darshan
Yeah.
says it, because for some reason he's got this
And he
some symbiotic relationship with Darshan's. Like he does what Darshan is, like a parasite. Like Darshan is Ricardo's parasite. Whatever. They feed off each other in a
whole thing
weird
is an
way.
enigma.
The pair of them, they are. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's in a weird way. Yeah.
I can't wrap my head
It's a
around
bit
the
like
whole
a disease
Darshan
as
thing.
well. Well, because it's like what you end up with then is you end up with like it's all, if you look at it like a parasite situation, you get Ricardo moving into a scene or a situation like he did with us, and he just, because of his needs and his need to be dominant, and his need is it's very much like an inverted version, isn't it? It's very like clingy and grabby and extractory, and he just has to suck it all for himself rather than being like shouty and kicking off. He's more like sucking it all in for himself. Actually part of, actually starves, because everything goes to him. Like everyone goes to him, everything goes to him, or everything's focused around him. Because if it's not, then he won't be part of it. And then it ends up being like a big, massive shebang. And then it ends up focused around him anyway. He ends
Well, I
up putting
think
a stop to what's happening anyway, because he's either kicking off about it or he's winning and he's getting everyone to focus around him.
I don't know. The way I see it,
And so
it's more
everything
like
anyone makes, everything. Look,
if-
here we go again. Look, hey guys, everyone's here. Fucking you pathetic piece of shit.
if he gets the slightest idea that there's something going
Absolute
on, some
pathetic
sort
piece
of
of shit having to come
conspiracy
here.
against him, his defenses are so up that, you know, any slightest thing that would be like, okay, these people are gonna be against me, then he's uncomfortable and he's out.
Yeah, that's called paranoia.
Yes. So I do get that. But I mean, you know, like,
Yeah, true.
why not allow yourself to be a little bit uncomfortable and get through it and kind of like
Well, maybe he is a bit, but
get
you know,
stronger
his
by
comfort
that.
zone
You know
is
what I mean?
so small. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. We're here trying to get stronger and test ourselves in different situations, and that's why we had a conflict last week in this zone and with alt account, because you're real, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? And he just could not hack it. He just could not hack being asked to be real in a situation that wasn't his, where he could hide behind it and pretend
Right.
that it was being real when he wasn't.
Right.
Like, he could pretend behind doors, you know, a load of alts. He could pretend behind another alt and pretend it was someone who he hated and distract.
Right.
He could pretend behind one of his so-called friends.
Yeah,
Well,
and
who were
another
just
thing,
tools.
another
He uses
thing,
everyone
why
as a tool.
why do we have to hate
Pathetic.
whoever he hates? Why do we have to not like people
Yeah.
that he doesn't like?
Right.
Why?
Right. That's not That's
That's
the
That's-
immaturity. That's
12-year-old
immaturity coming back.
behavior.
yeah.
And why has he had such a hatred of me? Because I refused to turn and start simping for the guy who he simps for.
Right.
Like, why is that such a
Right.
been like that with him?
Right. Where
No one's ever
because
been
if
like
you
that.
look at it, we are cool with him despite who he's chills with, right? Like, and he does the same thing with Daushin. Daushin goes over and talks to fucking Dean and this and the other one and all the people that he doesn't like, but he tolerates.
Well, I mean, don't be
Daushin.
expecting any consistency from this guy at all. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I've already said, like, I've already seen that, like, the fact that he's been kissing your guy's arse this week after bitching about me for 4 hours about the things that supposedly was stuff that I did or you guys did, because he evidenced that it was all of us lot just having a conversation, which was what his problem was. So, like, it's like, you know, look at this, Lord Maximus. I can honestly say I don't think DT made any of your contributions. All right, yeah, because we're talking about him. Because we're massively talking about him. Look at him bringing him up. No one gives a fuck about Darius, mate. Darius is a soggy fucking cotton wool boy, mate. He's the biggest one. He's where fucking Ricardo learned all this shit from. He's the biggest fucking piece of shit going, because he sits there. He made his entire career out of me giving shit to other people, and when it turned on him, and all anyone wanted was a bit of banter back, and he couldn't provide it. No, I'm not. Oh, I know. Well, yeah, you are crying because that's what you go. Because all he's left with now is a collection of racist stands, because that's the only people who will have. So here you are, a racist stan, coming up here to go wah wah about and bring it to about Darius. We're talking about fucking Ricardo, you idiot.
I mean, but in many ways, Ricardo.
And he's egg, and I love that. I love that people coming up with it as well.
Ricardo's
Was that all
issues
the
with
time?
me, it really, Ricardo's issues with me goes back to Darius Trussland. I mean, what happened last week, that was with Taco Bell Manor. Once he found out who I was, he left because he still believes that I does Darius Trussland. And that wasn't
Right.
the case at all.
Exactly.
Well, Slob already proved that he's a massive hypocrite with that anyway. Because even if you were the biggest, even if what they said was true and you went out of, you know, and you did something bad, which I disagree completely, he doxed himself 100%.
Mhm.
But Ricardo
thing
was
is-
the one spamming level 1 online address at the beginning, and now he's denying and pretending and expecting us all not to have mobile phones, and all not to remember and making this fucking dance like he's this big fucking paragon of the community. That's the
Yeah.
problem. He didn't have to make himself out to be the fucking paragon of the
Yeah,
community.
he also,
You
he
know, and
also,
all that shit. That's what he's done.
I also remember a Carl stream where AltaCount, or no, I mean, was it AltaCount and Level 1 showed up? And Level 1 told Ricardo, hey, Ricardo, I got your channel taken down because you called me a pedophile. He actually made Ricardo made a video calling Level 1 a pedophile. And I remember that video. He called Daxstein and Level 1 a pedophile. Both of them, he called them pedophiles. And I remember exactly those videos. And Ricardo denied it. He denied it. He blatantly denied it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And that's the thing I was
That's
about
what
to
I
say.
mean.
Like,
When you get
Darius,
caught bang to rights, don't fuck lie about it.
Just to cover for Darius, man. A guy that talks John Hancock,
exactly.
Level 1, Overstink, 8-Bit Eric, and
Darius-
the list keeps on going.
Darius was all about the toxic behavior, man. He was pushing that shit fucking like crazy, man. I remember
Yeah,
the
exactly.
fucking thing
And then he
when
turned
he was
around.
encouraging people to send fecal matter to John Hancock's house. Like, I think fucking John Hancock is a fucking scumbag. But I would never fucking endanger his children and fucking have fucking people sending shit to his house. Like, what the fuck's wrong with
Well, whatever, innit? Do you know what I mean? It was what it is. What it is. Do you know what I mean? But don't stand behind your shit. Don't then just turn around and act like you
Yeah,
never
at least
did any
own
of that
up to it.
and lie
Own up to
about
what
it.
you fucking said, and don't
And then
fucking lie
pretend
about
not
it.
even
Because
say it was someone-
makes you look
Yeah, yeah.
worse. As
Someone
a
can give some
man,
shit back.
as a man, you look even
Yeah,
worse.
Even if he fucking
what
like,
you're doing it for, to try and get some to and fro with people. Oh no, you've got to hide behind these fucking weak ass incel people who've never hiding behind them. That was just the I mean, I didn't give a shit about him chucking us away or chucking us under the
in
bus or
what
any
way
of that
does
shit.
this
But
racist
just
stand
what
does
it
not make sense? I don't get that. It does make sense.
showed, you know.
Sorry, I just that comment
Sorry,
is
what were you
weird.
saying?
That comment doesn't make sense. You could be a stan and also be racist. Those aren't mutually exclusive. They can
What comment?
You can be both. I'm just for Lord Maximus here.
And when you think about Darius Truxton, it's very important
Oh,
to think
he's
about
just desperately
his
trying to
history.
make it about Darius.
If you go back to his channel, and he used to talk about everyone, just attack everyone that he could, like dust them and everything. And then Zlatan came into the scene. When Zlatan came into the scene,
Yeah.
Darius' level of energy of attacking others kind of went down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh yeah.
once he exposed himself and his address, that's kind of when he stopped altogether. The
Yeah.
Darius after that point wasn't the same one from 5 months before that point. So basically, he was just a guy in his house, just screaming to everyone, trying to
Yeah.
get some attention, trying to
Yep.
get a movement going. But once that movement caught up to him, that's when he stopped. That's when he quit.
Exactly.
And that's the real Darius is what we're seeing right now. Somebody that has been beaten to the ground, somebody that everybody knows where he lives at, everybody is constantly calling him out for what he's done.
Yeah.
So everything that he's done in the past is just cutting up to him at this point.
Yeah.
And
Oh
that's
yeah.
what is happening
Absolutely.
with Darius.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's because of the intention as to why he's did.
Yeah.
it,
He's
because
suddenly all
if he'd have just
mature
done it
now.
for pure comedy and there wasn't any sort of his own broken ego behind it where he had to try and be powerful, they can't just be his fan or someone who he gets on with or someone who enjoys his comedy. They have to come
But the thing is,
from
too,
White
it's
Knight
like
for him. There isn't any
and
other
he's-
option. They have to
he's-
be a fan.
he's still too proud to come out and say, like, you know, what I did was wrong. These are the things I did what was wrong. And I'm not gonna do this, behave this way anymore. I don't know if he said that, but like he should fucking say that. I should have
No, he-
never fucking released fucking people's addresses.
I don't know what he did.
Never
No,
does
because he
this.
never. Yeah,
He's not.
if he was honest about anything, yeah, I'm changing my direction. I've decided.
That would
to
go a
come
long
up with
did,
way.
anything,
he did-
could say, but
He did
yeah.
apologize. He did apologize at one point, but he kept on going with somebody else.
Yeah.
So a lot of people saw that as
It was political as well. None of that was real,
hypocritical.
was it?
Right. It was a fake. It wasn't sincere. It wasn't a sincere apology.
No.
Yeah.
Who remembers the time that
Nah,
he
and none of it was
actually
all fake
tried
with
to
him.
he actually tried to form an alliance with Level One Online, the guy who has been attacking for months beforehand,
Did he?
just to take down Slotan.
Yeah,
That
when
shows
Slotham
how
turned.
much of a
Really?
that shows how much of a
Didn't.
hypocrite Darius Strauson is. He sees a threat and he will align with anyone that he can to take
Yeah.
down that threat. But right
Yeah.
now,
Definitely.
he
Yeah.
just noticed that there's really nothing for him. There's nothing for
Yeah.
him on this community. That's why
Yeah, no one wants to align with him.
he just sits down and do streams. When does he actually release a video attacking anyone? If he does, it's very rarely. He knows his place. He knows that it's over for him. And all that he has is just doing streams at this point. Just playing Donkey Kong, playing Smash Bros, playing
Yeah.
all of those games. Because he knows
Yeah.
it's over. It's over. I mean, Slotan is not going to
That's
stop.
it, because the comedy, yeah.
Slotan has been going for
No, and it's
a
like the
year
only comedy
and
that
a
comes
half
out
at
of
this
him
point.
now.
He's not gonna stop anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, he
And it's the only comedy that comes out of Darius. It's what people can make out of him now, because he's not
made his
make
bed,
his
so
own
now he has
comedy.
to lie
Well, you,
on
because
it.
you brought it up, Lord. Aren't you happy, Lord Maximus? You were the one. Look at this. This is the shittest version of Asian provocateurism I've ever seen in my life, Lord Maximus. It's like an old lady and an old grandma in carpet slippers coming along trying to duck
So
like
Lord
a
Maximus a big ass
like,
Darius ass
serious
kisser.
thing.
We don't talk about him day after day.
But bob 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 bob
I haven't talked about Darius in
bob
fucking
bob bob
a
bob.
long time.
Yeah, just no one talks about it, mate. No
Yeah,
one.
now
It's
all of a
crazy.
Throw
sudden,
shit at him.
Darius is now about
No one interested.
watching cable TV and playing Donkey Kong and Zelda and all that.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And
because
just
somebody put
flipping,
him in his
completely flipping
place.
on everything. I mean, he always was a flip flopper.
He's in
But
his-
like, was it you, Ronnie, who was saying he was trying to make a movement and all that stuff? And it's like he tried to steal that from Radical Rick anyway, didn't he? You know, from the start. So he tried to do it, failed because he had to put something behind it. But in the end, it wasn't about the comedy, which is what I thought it was. It wasn't about some sort of interesting social place where there's a weird of people, which is what I thought it was. But it wasn't at all. It was about a kitten surrounding himself with what he thought was Rottweilers. But because he had no social skills, the people who he surrounded himself with are just the most comedy fucking claptrap that you've ever seen. Like this idiot here.
Yeah, I want to address that comment because
He just had a Sunday night stream about DD. What a hypocrite.
no,
Who are you talking to?
well, where he goes,
Who are you talking to?
he goes, you were talking about him before I popped in. Slotham does a stupid video about him every day, and let me tell you something, dude. Fucking, like, I'm over it, right? I'm like done with Darius. I don't care about Darius. I don't watch those videos anymore. But anybody that's new that comes and discovers Darius is going to come across those videos, and that's why he does it every day. It's because so that nobody forgets who he is. And hey, that's his choice to do that.
Yeah.
And you might think it's stupid. I might think it's stupid, but it's serving a purpose. And
You just don't
doing
get
what
it.
he's
Like,
doing.
it's like you don't get my shit.
So
Yeah. You just don't get the power of the method.
yeah. So it is what it
but
is.
you should, because you see every day in your master's sad face, in your master's sad broken face and eyes, you see
Those empty
the
eyes.
power of that fucking method, so you can knock it as much as you fucking want, mate.
And it kind of makes sense what Slotham says, because Darius went how many years after everyone?
Yeah. He was so toxic. I remember, man. I remember how toxic he was. Because
I remember it was since 2019. Sorry, big quiet.
yeah, dude. When I was friends with
I don't mind people being toxic. It's like it's just just have integrity to whatever character you be in.
well, whatever,
and it's just
like
a part of the
when I was friends with fucking Alpha Nerd, and then he
really
fucking
poorly written.
that whole thing
then I
happened.
ain't got time
I
for that
fucking
shit.
seen who Darius was right away, and I was like, this guy's a scumbag, and that was it. And that changed. I was locked in after that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
I knew
I
he was a
just
bit of a
seen how-
scumbag. I knew that it was one of those interesting environments.
Just how bad he was.
I did Yeah.
Yeah.
The weakness of him wasn't. It was quite strong, but it wasn't as obvious as the level of weakness and the way that he was weak wasn't as obvious to me as it is now. Like, obviously, it was obvious that he was just like some idiot who just played computer games all day and never did anything else. But like, it wasn't this level of like lying and crying and hiding behind people and getting and just literally recruiting stands.
Yeah.
And then crying about it and throwing shit at other people. Like, I never thought that anybody would be so weak as to make their whole channel about pulling down, being able to take it to that level.
Right.
I thought he was joking. I genuinely thought he was joking at first, because it's like what's happened to him.
No, he takes himself serious. He does. He he just can't see that, like, he makes fun of people and trashes people for, and he might have a point in some of what he says, but it's like, dude, who the hell are you to talk about this stuff? And now I heard that he's all about, he wants to get monetized and da da da. Isn't that totally go against everything he stood for?
Really? No.
Yeah.
Well, when he
I heard.
started,
Well.
supposedly where everything started off was being like the anti e-beggar,
Exactly.
like Hancock, John Riggs, Metal Jesus, and then it became going after subscribers or other content creators, and
that was
became
just a
just a
bandwagon for him to
shit
hitch
show.
his fucking. It was just a horse for him to hitch his fucking wagon to. That's what it was.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Slot and videos, because he does 5 videos a week and a 1 hour stream on Sundays. So each video is about 10 minutes. So in total, on a weekly basis, he does about an hour and 50 minutes of content regarding Darius Truston.
And it's just a run. It's just a pure run, straight off the cuff. It's no major editing issue.
But let's look at Darius Truston's live stream.
Just a quick thing. Just want to use anything they can.
So this past week, he has done 4 hours and a half, 3 hours and 47 minutes, and 2 hours and a half. So he has done over 10 hours of stream. So when you put it side by side, Zlatan is doing about 10%
To about
of the
3
video
people as
content
well.
that Darius Truston is at this moment on a weekly
Wow,
basis.
yeah, very true.
So when you guys start crying that Zlatan doesn't have a life, that he doesn't do anything besides make videos about Darius, go back and look at the count and see how many hours is Darius Truston spending online on stream. That's basically the representation of somebody who doesn't have a life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's bang. That's a very good point, and I think that we just need to say that every time anyone starts saying anything. To argue it, because these points are so ridiculous. At least DT plays a different game.
Yeah, but at least let's be honest.
Right, look at this. You don't get
Let's be honest. As
it, Ray. You just don't get it.
As somebody who
he plays
likes
over
Darius.
10 hours of just Smash Bros. What are you talking about? He's not playing different games. This past
How long
week,
you play Power Wash
spent over
for?
10 hours in just Smash Bros.
Yeah, and also at least
I like Smash
even
Bros.
if what you were saying was true, and there wasn't just like an actual method here that you're purposefully avoiding that has actually worked. You can't argue with results, and they look you in the face every day. So apart from that, the fact that he doesn't play a different game, he just plays fucking Power Wash, and his insults, supposed insults, which he doesn't even bother doing anymore, so he's too scared to even bother trying. Those insults are fake, and he's throwing himself. He's lying by being anyone who's putting anything out there, like drama-wise, because he's there going, no alarms and no surprises, please. He wants silence. Whining. I'm not whining. I don't watch his games. I just can't believe your response is the only thing you've got to. Is this all you've got to White Knight for Darius? Is that he plays different games every day? Wow, well, nice one. Well,
Well, they
there we
gotta
go.
fucking-
Proved
You got to
us
do
wrong
all
on
the
one,
mental
haven't you? 10
gymnastics
hours
to
of effort.
justify it in their minds. You know, it's all good.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know why you're wasting your time
You could
here.
just play a
should go
game
watch
yourself. If all
fucking-
you're getting out of it is putting different games on.
You should go and watch Darius.
It's part of a conversation, you weirdo. No, you're the one just bringing up this weird shit about Darius, defending him all the time. It's not part of a conversation. You came in just talking about your mate Darius.
What? Well, it is
Just
a
constantly
conversation.
like, he'd be like, damn.
It is a conversation, but the things you're saying don't, you know, they're not really relevant. You know what I mean? Okay, he plays different games. That's fine. You know, and it doesn't take away. It doesn't say anything to what we're saying. Of Darius Truxton being so big and bad, and then and all of a sudden now he's a weak little
Yeah,
kid.
he's a docile cuck.
Darius lost.
That's it. It's just Trey's descriptions.
Darius
for
lost
me.
all credibility. I mean,
Sorry, I'll
even
count.
Menendez, who was his number one person, left him. He left him. Everybody noticed what Darius really is and just left him by himself.
Yeah,
If you haven't
it's a done deal
followed
now.
Darius at this point, you're just completely cocked by the guy. That's the only reason you are staying.
Yeah.
You're staying.
He won't
behind
have
Darius.
you if you're not.
How what?
Go ahead, Alta Cal. What were you saying?
He won't have anyone near him who isn't a cook, will I? Sometimes not even at your expense. Oh, well, because this is the first time we've discussed fucking Darius in forever. Because you brought him up.
Well,
Like,
and
nobody gives a shit about your little world that you all live in.
and yeah,
Crazy
exactly.
idiots, where
You're
you
free
flip
to
the
enjoy his
plot.
streams. That's fine.
And you all spout and
Completely.
foam at the mouth about something one day, and then the next day he turns around and says, "Oh, it's fine," and you're all fine with it.
All right, sorry to interrupt, guys, but I gotta go. It was nice
Look
talking
at
to
him,
you
he's
all.
just like, yeah, of course you respond.
CP,
Oh, you going, Ron?
Thank-
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
thanks.
see you,
You're
Ron.
Nice talking to you
Oh,
guys.
Yeah,
nice.
man.
Yeah, well, we're going to get off this topic soon anyway. But, night, Ron, thanks for coming out. Yeah, so we're getting on to, because I gave it an extra half an hour because obviously I spent ages with my mic. But we are getting on to the hour mark. I was going to do one more topic of conversation. Someone wanted to talk about James's racism. Was it you, Altcount? Did you want to talk about
I did.
James's
Have you guys
racism?
seen his latest video?
Whose video?
James Campbell.
No, I didn't. I didn't
Oh,
see his
James.
latest. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I ain't
but,
seen it, no.
All right, because there's so much on his latest video that is just too funny. So basically,
Really?
he
Put
went
it
up
on?
against immigrants on his latest videos.
oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Basically,
You can't make fun of a guy in a sauna.
Sorry.
and I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that because I have something to say about that. But anyways, he was mad about immigrants because supposedly they're working on DoorDash and they don't even speak English, and he was very upset that his DoorDash order didn't come in on time.
Right.
So basically,
Oh, right. So he had a problem with a specific order.
so he decided to make a rant about it. And I mean, it's James Campbell, for God's sake. He probably gave some stupid address on DoorDash, some stupid instructions, and the DoorDash person couldn't understand what James was typing. That's probably what happened. I mean, this is a guy that he got hit by a car crossing the street. Like, have any one of you ever met somebody that got run over by a car for crossing the street?
No.
Like, this
I
is
do
a
actually.
very-
I know someone who. I do know someone who with their hand got hit by a car when they were crossing the street.
was he jaywalking?
But that's it.
Because I mean, this guy goes on a video saying that jaywalking is safe, and then he gets run over by a car. So we're not talking about the
Yeah.
highest.
Judy's got a
IQ
good
type of
point.
person.
Could you?
Well, that was obviously God punishing him.
Anyways, I'm sure that
Yeah, over
James
in
did
the
that.
UK, jaywalking is pretty much normal.
So I'm pretty sure that James was mad about DoorDash coming in late because Stella was screaming at him from her bed, asking him, "Where's the DoorDash food?" And just James couldn't handle it anymore. Anyways,
He was
something
feeling the
that he
pressure.
mentioned, something that he mentioned on the video that was very interesting was that Stella got a stroke. So we finally found out what happened to Stella.
Oh no. That's not good.
Oh, did you finally tell us?
So she had a
So-
stroke.
Yeah, she had a stroke. I mean,
Like a,
which is,
Oh,
that's
shit.
terrible.
while it is sad that it happened, it's not surprising.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you've seen the videos about the diet and everything else,
Yeah.
it
This is
was
probably a
bound to
diabetic
happen.
stroke.
Anyways, then
Oh,
on
was it a
his
diabetic
rant,
thing? Oh, shit, man.
then on his rant, he started getting mad about how could immigrants get a job on DoorDash, and he couldn't figure out how to set up an account. So
Oh, geez.
James
Oh,
Campbell doesn't even know how
that's
to
why
set up a
they were-
DoorDash account.
Dude,
but he's kicking off about the workers.
James Campbell's not even on this
Not-
planet. So I don't even know what, who cares what he says. Fucking ridiculous.
I know, bless him. It's
But what is
It's
really funny is that I watched another of his videos that he did while I was gone, and he mentioned that he watches every single video because he's afraid of getting dust. So we have James Campbell that is in the community, in watching everybody's video just because he's afraid. Like, who does that? Who
Yeah,
sits on their computer and watches everything that everybody does just because you're scared?
Well, I can think of somebody. I can think there's a
That's
name that's on the
crazy.
tip of my tongue. There's somebody that I feel like does that. I can't really. It doesn't really come to mind right now.
Well, there's quite a few people who are obsessed like that, but it's not going to solve anything if
mean-
that's the reason why he's doing it. Because if people are doing shit like that, they're going to be doing it behind the scenes where you can't see it.
Exactly.
What's he going to do? Watch
Whoever is,
Yeah.
by the time that he
Darius
noticed,
to
by the
tell
time
him
that
if
he
people are
watches the
going to be
video,
doing.
it's going to be too late.
Right.
So him sitting and
Yeah.
watching the videos to make sure that he's not getting dust is not gonna stop anything.
And I mean, come on, it's like if you were going to get fully doxxed, you'd have it's done by now. That's
And
it.
then he said that he doesn't need
It's not-
YouTube anymore because he doesn't need validation. So this is very important because this tells you the
Oh,
reason
bless him. So he's
why
getting
James
validation
Campbell
from
is
YouTube.
doing videos on YouTube. He's doing those videos for validation. If you
Yeah.
notice, right now, lately, he's been doing all of his videos from the sauna because he wants people to know that he has a sauna.
Yeah.
Before that, he was doing his
Yeah,
videos using the gold necklace because he wanted everybody to see that necklace.
Right.
bless him.
Whenever he did the lasagna video,
That's the thing
He
about
used
YouTube
to do-
exploiting people.
he
Man,
does
that's reminding
videos
me
to
of
show
somebody
people
else.
of what he has. That's James Campbell for you.
It's
I mean,
true, actually.
This guy is living on YouTube for validation. He
Oh, yeah.
wants people's validation, but he also wants Darius Truson validation. That's
Yeah,
the most
exactly. I
important
mean,
thing
that's
to
where
him.
it started from. That's clearly where it
He-
started from.
He's living for the guy. He's
Have
watching
you stopped
his
streaming
videos.
yet? 34 minutes.
Right.
If
it's
you look
similar
at whatever, yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
it's similar to what Albert was doing, right? Like he's going all in just to stick up for this guy, right? Just because he gave him a little bit of attention, a little bit of a rub, so he's like, you know what, I'm all in for this guy, no matter what. And we've seen where that got him.
This is why Darius likes it like it is at the moment. Some like Darius for Lord Maximus. I'm not just going in on Darius. I look at things psychologically, and Darius is a certain type of psychological fucking cretin. And people like him have admitted, and it's obvious to see, that now he's got them fighting over him. And that's what he wanted. That's what he always wanted. He just wants people fight. You know, that's why he encouraged Albert and fucking Volpe, and that's how Dean got in. That's how parasites get into it. The attention is being directed somewhere else rather than the health of the body, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean, if you haven't seen the video, whenever you have a time, go watch it. It's funny when you
Yeah, I
put
need to go
everything
check
that
that
he
out.
says in context, and it's ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. It was never expected, but yeah, Dean.
No,
Here comes Dean again with it. I'm assuming this Galaxian art is one of those guys. Yeah, this is what happens. This is what I was discussing earlier about extractor fans. You see, you end up with someone, and I mean, it was never even going to be like that anyway. And I don't give a shit either way. This person, that's why I think it's Dean, because they are so hell bent on this stuff. Because obviously he was really affected by that last week.
Right, right.
But yeah,
Wow.
I've
you
actually
know, I
got a
never
reason
would've-
for that. And if you go back to the beginning of the screen, you can actually. Oh, I get no views about Ricardo. What it is that, like you, Dean, he's got a mental health issue, and so what happens is he comes and takes over, and he's come in and took the bones out of a situation, like how Dean took all the energy and people out of a situation, all the art, all the love, all the fun, out of all his friends and family to stand behind. He now, it's the same with Ricardo, you see. Ricardo, but he does it very, very differently, and he has to take everyone's creativity out. He has to take people's creations, their life,
Sure.
their spirit. He has to take it all away. Because if he doesn't, do I? Do I always talk? This is just absolute plain lies. This has got to be Dean. Pure lies. Pure lies.
Views.
You can come on the
Let's not
panel
talk about views. So what?
and
That
prove that
doesn't-
you're not Dean because this level of lying.
even if we
That
talk
doesn't make
about
sense.
views, it doesn't
That's
that
pure lies.
doesn't mean we care about having lots of views. Like, we can
Even
still
if I
talk about
did.
it.
Oh, here
Yeah,
we
we
are.
can
So
still talk about
so look how he was even hiding. Look how he's even hiding. I'm not going.
It's
He's already
hilarious.
banned.
It's hilarious. It's
He's banned on
hilarious.
side.
It's hilarious how what they try to stick on us and everything. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Like he came
But-
on doing his spamming a whole sheet,
Yeah.
and then obviously he knows that now I'll get wind of him if he does
He
that.
likes to
So
say
now
that
he's doing it like this.
and
He's that desperate.
he likes to say he's better.
Yeah,
and
and he's
everything.
there saying we always talk about
It's like,
views and stuff. He's
So
projecting his own
just go
shit.
and be better. People
And
that
no
are
one,
better,
no one over here talks about views, mate.
people that are better, they just
Yeah,
are better. They don't have to like announce it to everybody and say that they're better. They just
yeah, exactly.
They're just
Judo.
better, and everybody
Yeah, we don't
can
have to
see
go
it.
on about it. We don't have to talk about being real.
Huh?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we all did it, and you can lie and you can rewrite history as much as you
Yeah.
want. And to be honest, even if there was one viewer here now, I wouldn't have two shits because I haven't spent all my money that I should be putting a smile on my kid's face with. I haven't spent that YouTube channel to get my validation,
Yeah.
which is worse than fucking Ricardo because he's trying to take it out on his friends' asses. Well, his so-called friends, because he uses everybody as a resource, everybody as a venue, and everybody as a tool. But those people, he does it like that. Dean does that, but he also takes it out on his family's ass, and he takes it out, pays for it through the nose with his own money. So at every level of his real life
Exactly.
is being put at a detriment to his fake channel, including his own son. Like the biggest fucking sacrifice you could make.
I mean, look, I've
And
said
you
this so
make
many
it for
times, and
a fake channel that where you've got an interview with someone from fucking Teenage Mutant fucking Ninja Turtles and nobody watches it.
Exactly.
And you had to
But it's
buy
a
the watches
great
for it and you sacrificed your son for that.
Yeah, and he has to sit
Fucking
here and
hell, you know what I
announce all of
mean?
his great accomplishments and everything. It's like, dude,
He comes here to announce, and he's saying that, oh, you've got no
doesn't
views.
come
Well, why are you
across.
coming over to promote your latest
It
stream
doesn't go
over here
Yeah,
then?
exactly. It doesn't go over. It's hilarious. Whatever. You can beat yourself. You can just fucking You just spout that shit off until you're blue in the face. It's fine. You know, like I
Exactly.
said before, I said
Comparing
this.
watch viewers, a 56K channel,
My
comparing to watch viewers with me,
exactly,
with a like
exactly,
80 sub
exactly.
channel.
He doesn't. You know,
Like,
it's just
come on, like, this
the
is
lack
just
of
the most
self-awareness is
thing.
the lack of self-awareness is hilarious, and you know, does he not think
Yeah,
that people are
and how
going
it
to
actually
see the
shows
reality despite
how
what
pathetic
he
he
says?
is as well. It shows
Yeah,
his numbers
it's
being
hilarious.
so
He
bad.
does. He absolutely shows it. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me, and I love to watch it. I love when they come and say things to me because it makes me giggle because they say the most idiotic things, and it makes me laugh.
Oh,
But they
it
don't
really
give
is.
me that. They
It's
don't
the
give
Emperor's
it
New
to me
Clothes.
as much as they give it to you guys. I'm the one that wants it. You know what I mean? I want to hear these things. I want to hear these comments and see what they say. And they never
Oh,
do
because
it.
he
They
knows you want it, probably.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is.
He's boring now, Judge Judy. Well, yeah, I suppose that to some people he is. Not to me. It's just a disease. It's just someone to get rid of. It's just someone to get out of the
Yeah,
chat.
it's
As far as I'm
hilarious.
concerned, Dean. He's just, it's embarrassing, like Vic was saying. It is. It's the Emperor's New Clothes. He shows his psychology. He exploits his family. You know, it's funny up to a
Right.
point. It gets pretty dark pretty quick, and it gets pretty depressing pretty quick. You know.
Yeah.
I think Ricardo's side of it's more funny, because he at least has got some humour and is funny. He's thin-skinned, but he's funny. Like Dean, you know, he might slag you off, but at least he'll try and make a joke out of it. Not with me, and that's when I knew that it was different with me. But it's a different situation in that. But in that case, that's how he's ended up getting one over on me, because he's more charming than Dean, in the sense that he can get people to believe that he's not done anything. He's a victim. You know, you don't even notice it.
So, CPE, I wanted to ask you something. I wanted to
Welcoming Carl.
I wanted to get your opinion on Carl going to counseling. What do you think is the reason for that?
Carl's going to counseling?
Yeah, he made a post about it this Wednesday.
Oh wow. Wow.
Well,
I think that's a positive thing. Hopefully,
well, he needs to leave it away from you. He shouldn't be. Carl, if you're listening, if you are going to counselling, it's not about YouTube. It's take all that energy that you're putting to that and put it into your own healing and your own therapy. Do not use it for clicks and validation on YouTube. That is not what therapy is for. It's about you, not fucking Dean or whoever else you want to prove it to.
Yeah.
It's not about proving a point to anyone apart from yourself.
Do it for yourself.
Fucking fuck off and do your therapy.
Yeah.
Focus on it, for fuck's sake.
Do it for yourself. Don't do it for Don't try to get the validation off of you from
exactly.
YouTube.
Exactly.
It defeats the purpose. Defeats the purpose. I mean, the YouTube is probably a cause of part of the problem. So like, don't.
Yeah, exactly. Is anyone who's announcing it to? Does he want comments off the people who have bullied him? Is that what he's asking for? What an idiot!
Well, I'm not a therapist, so I don't know if that's
just
the process.
Focus. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, Jesus Christ! It's a waste of money. He's doing what Dean is then, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
YouTube's version reasons. That's so stupid. Or a cold.
What do you think that pushed him over the edge to decide to go to counseling?
I think for me, I would say that he's probably seeing that he's always putting himself in precarious relationships with people, and it's weighing on his mental health. He seems like he's getting
therapy is not a waste of money at all. Yeah, I totally agree. Therapy is definitely not a waste of money, especially if you get a good one. But it is a waste of money if you're going to therapy so that you can post about it on YouTube to the people who used to bully you, and you think that's helping you. Can you imagine him back there? Because you saw him in that video with his dad, where he's telling his dad about all those things that people have said about him and how fucked up he is about that. You know, it's like everything that's happening to him, he's like looking at it from other people's perspectives. That's part of like this psychological issue, And it's like, oh, imagine if this person saw this, or imagine if that person saw that this was happening to me. And it's like, what could happen? What would come of it? What benefit would I get? You know, and he's always scheming and thinking and how he can get noticed for it. He's the one who that's happening to. He's the one who's observing this right now. He could be using his energy actually dealing with the situation where he's trying to. You can imagine him sat in the therapy with the therapist giving him the information. He's just sat there thinking, oh, that's going to be right good on
Well, let's hope for the best.
on my latest YouTube post.
I would hope for the best, and hopefully that he can come to grips with things and have a better outlook afterwards. So I hope for the best.
Yeah, I hope he gets a good one. Yeah, I hope he gets a good one. No, all the best to him if that's what he's going to do. Definitely. That's the best out. That's the best ending I can think of for any of this. For someone like Carl, for anyone.
I mean, I'm glad that he's doing.
Well, is it?
I mean,
maybe not.
I do think that is the best thing for him. He seems to have a history of problems being loyal to people. He's constantly flip-flopping from one side to another. I mean, it could be that he doesn't trust anyone. It could be that he's looking for approval, and that's why he keeps jumping the fence from one side to the other.
I think that's what it is.
I think it's definitely trust. He doesn't trust anyone, does he?
I think he's looking for approval. I think he's constantly trying to get that validation that James Campbell was talking about. He needs to express himself, and he wants to be part of something. You know, he always constantly acts like he has a popular YouTube channel, right? Like sometimes his language in his posts, it sounds like, oh, this guy has followers, right? It's like he's LARPing as this YouTube person, and I think that's part of the problem. You know, he's trying to achieve something that
he does. He
is
does
out
a
of
little
his
bit.
reach.
Yeah, and he had it. He had it in. The thing is, he's had it many times. People out of everybody in this community, he has had the most help. He has had the most understanding. He has had the most access to the most varied groups of people. Everyone has welcomed Carl in. Everyone has encouraged him, and everyone has given him a leg up into their particular community to help him play the violin. Yet people still make you feel sorry for him. Yet people still make us out to be, or anyone who says anything against him, out to be a dickhead because, oh no, you can't say anything against Carl. And it's just like, he just goes around running roughshod on people doing this shit. It's because he's been enabled his entire life and he's been allowed to get away with whatever the fuck he wants, and he needs to fucking tell him what's what, and he's putting over their fucking knee and fucking spanking. That's what they need to fucking do. Spank some fucking sense into him. That's what he needs to pay for. Mantic is 69. Yeah, well. Oh, yeah, exactly. Carl did all that shit. And yeah, he tried anyway. He's such an idiot. Such an idiot. First thing he did was like tell everyone what my handle was on Discord. Like he had some like secret information on. When I put it out as an open thing, I don't know, I put that as an open Discord for anyone to join. So
Right. Yeah, so I think that's that. With
I
as
want
far
to
as
make
Carl
that very
goes.
clear. I don't think I'm a fucking therapist at all. I'm just someone spouting off about what I see. That's it. No therapy involved here
It's
from
definitely
me. at
allowed.
all.
We're allowed to have our opinions and we're allowed to express ourselves. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm not saying I'm right either. I'm open, very open to having my mind changed by anyone who comes on, and that's what this zone is about, really. But I knew tonight would be a bit more of a debriefing than a death zone, because we're not really in that stage at the moment, are we? It's more of a chill out stage.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
general.
I'm not prepared to come on here and start blasting and making these outlandish jokes. I mean, there is a time and place for that, but I'm so over all this bullshit at this point. I'm done. Like you know what I mean? I don't care about any of it. It's
If there's
all
a
over
cause
to
for it,
me.
if there's a reason for it,
I feel like everything's over.
yeah, if there's a reason for it, then that's
Like
fine.
now that
Yeah, well, that's what Ricardo did, mate. That's what it was prematurely over. We never got to have. We never, it's all over because he's come and extracted all of it, and he's not done anything with it. He's not shut it down. He's not turned it into his own shit like Dean would have done. He's not exploited it. He's not used it and rubbed it in anyone's face like Carl would have done. He's not done any of that. He's just sitting on it. So him and Dorshin can just fucking turn it into this grey, homogenous, flabby
Yeah.
mess and keep putting it on like a fucking old wool jumper every single fucking day while he's playing his fucking caveman game
yeah,
and just bitching about the same people
and then it's like
and moaning about something being repetitive because he didn't get his art.
and then these guys with their egos, it's ridiculous. People just got to be learned.
Yeah, anything that
learn
we
to
were
be-
building out of what happened, our connection, everything that we built out of that, all the bones that we made and the scaffolding that we made out of the journey that we all went on, Ricardo's just come and had it because he can't exist in a place where there is scaffolding. It has to be flabby, it has to be homogenous because he needs to be able to swim around in the
right.
swamp
Well, and
and go,
also
look at me,
there's-
look at me, look at me, pick me, pick me, pick me.
Well,
And he needs it
but
like
at
that
the
because
same
if there's any
time-
scaffolding,
at the same time,
can,
there is
people
things
hide
out
behind
there.
that shit and the fucking scaffolding.
Right,
can't
but
do it.
there's a lot of info out there that he's uncomfortable with. Right, he doesn't like certain subjects. That's probably part of the reason why he couldn't
Probably.
handle
So he's
being
all hiding, yeah.
on the panel with Alt Account 1 because he thought
Well, that's
that
absolutely
certain
fine,
subjects
but
would
he
come
didn't
up
make a big
that he's not comfortable
deal
with.
about it, did
And
they?
I get it, but you can't be on YouTube asking for attention and then at the same time shy away from the information that's out there. Either come to grips with it or go away.
Yeah, exactly. And you know why he hangs around with Darius then? Because it's the same shit. Exactly the same shit. Exactly the same throwing people under the bus. Exactly the same expecting people to turn around and cook to you. And now you've reset it. Do you know what I mean? It's like broken all the bones in the thing and reset them all to his liking. But what he does is he can't actually, because he's a fucking bitter old hermit who's hiding from reality, who probably spends most of the day pretending he's not him. He will, he took all the bones out of it, and which is why we noticed. But most people like that. They'll break the bones and they'll reset it how they want it. So you go back in and it looks really similar. But this covert fucker has just took all the joy out of it, and anything that you guys had ever made or had done anything, because it's all been sucked up his extractor fan. And then you've got Dorshin, who's like his extractor fan, who just takes the crumbs off that. You see, so it's like this human centipede of just like.
I don't feel like he's taking anything away from me because I still have my imagination. I still have, I know nobody cares about my music.
Oh
but
yeah,
I
no,
enjoy
I
making
totally
it,
not
and I
taking anything
enjoy.
to stay away from anybody. No one can though, can they? Here, it's like we're all behind an avatar. We're all anonymous, pretty much. Like you can't really take. No one can take anything like that. It's not life or death. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that. It doesn't amount to fucking anything. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that's just how his energy seems to go. It's like he has to dismantle anything that's around, just so that his same old boring shit.
I just think there's a little bit of
just,
immaturity there.
Is the thing that not necessarily dominate.
I think there's a bit of immaturity.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to dominate with it.
Also, it's I think also, he is a little bit overbearing. And yeah, I think he does have this maybe an inflated idea of himself, and I'm trying very hard to not offend. I'm trying very hard not to offend him because I do like Ricardo.
Yeah, well that's it. I don't give a shit anymore. I like Ricardo, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it?
You cannot be 40 and be mature.
So
at that point, if you're 40 and you're behaving that way, you're just simply dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, before I revealed myself, I was watching the streams for like 2 weeks or so. And something that I noticed that I really didn't like about Ricardo is that he likes to claim that Dodgin is his friend and Evil is his friend. However, he allowed Dodgin treat Evil that way on his stream. And I never thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm,
if Ricardo had if he has a spine, he would have put a stop it at that moment. But instead, he let that behavior go by. Even Evil told him that that behavior was bothering him, and Ricardo did
Yeah.
nothing about it. He just laughed about it. He said, "Doshin, Doshin, if you don't stop, I'm gonna take away your
yeah.
range." Like
Yeah.
to Ricardo, everything
Respect
was
for
a
any
joke.
of you guys. Like, he takes the piss out of all you guys. He has no respect for any of you. Like, me,
Well, yeah.
he thinks he
I do
can
feel
get
that.
something
But
out of. He'll suck their cock till the cows come home. You'll never see anything other than that. But every have time for them. You'll
right.
see. You'll see. It really isn't. I mean, don't take my word for it. Like Old Counts just said with the Doshin shit and everything. And let's be right as well, even with Doshin, as soon as he thought he could curry favor, do you agree or not? But and it's happened at least twice that I know of where he really does flip on Doshin. Now we get the day-to-day Doshin and Ricardo fighting odd couple story arc, but sometimes if you see him for his covert narcissism and his cycles, you can see what he does with Doshin, and he uses him as massively as a tool. He uses him as bait to bring some people in. He uses him as the fall guy so that he can prove himself and be virtue signal to people. Doshin is his one-stop fucking cum bucket for everything that he wants and needs. And he'll use Doshin Doshin will perform for him. He'll do any that he wants. It's a massive show
Well,
between the two
I
of
know
them.
for my
And it's sort of for Ricardo, I'll finish in a second. For Ricardo, it serves the purpose of withholding any other real interaction with people, because he can just hide behind Doshin. So anyway, carry on.
well, I think for me, because I know for my streaming experience, I like to have somebody like that there because I like to react to that stuff, and like when somebody's
Mhm.
there trying to like bust my balls, I enjoy that.
Yeah, but you
So
don't
like,
pretend it's real.
so
But
I
you
think
don't,
I think
you
maybe
don't
that's
really pretend it's real.
sorry.
But you don't pretend you can play act it and LARP it and stuff, but you don't pretend it's real. Everybody knows you're pretending it, but then you keep pretending it to yourself.
Right.
You just keep that
Well,
as a story, as like
I
a
mean,
real
yeah.
lie.
I'm sure of myself and I'm happy with myself in my life. So when I go on stream and people are saying I'm boring and this and that, I enjoy it. I think it's funny. Like I love interacting with it and having fun with it. And I think that's part of why he likes having Dashin around
Yeah,
too.
nothing with it.
Right? So I'm just I'm just putting out there from my experience of, you know, fucking that's how I like to interact. I think that's because it's like you get on a stream and you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, but then when you get these people and you get to react and act like you're angry or whatever, you feel like you're being funnier, you feel like you're being more entertaining. So I get it.
But I mean, I think it's different
Yeah.
with Ricardo, because I don't believe that Ricardo is using dodging for a conversation purpose. I believe that Ricardo is using dodging because he needs to control someone. Because in reality, if
Yeah.
dodging wasn't there, Ricardo is not going to control Ron Damon. If he's not
Right.
going to control Evil, he's not going to control you. He needs
Right.
somebody to control, and
Yes.
he sees that on dodging. So that's why he keeps threatening dodging with the range. If you don't do this, if you don't do that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
away the range. It's just a power play from Ricardo.
That's true. But Daoshin is
Yeah.
not to be controlled either, though, because Daoshin is a troll. He's playing. I feel like he's playing Ricardo.
Inverted controller.
Right. He lets him
Yeah.
keep that illusion
Uh,
going so that he can manipulate, in turn, manipulate Ricardo.
It's just narcs and short bus riders. I think that's what YouTube basically you can boil it down to. It's just that, and we're just a mix of all. That's what we are. We're either. It depends what side of bed you wake up on, does it, in the morning? Do you know what I mean? Am I a short bus
Oh no, I've said it
rider
many
this morning,
times.
or am I a fucking narc? I don't know. But if we're hanging around in YouTube, it's one of the two.
Yeah, I definitely I
In
say
my
the same
opinion.
thing. I must be fucked up as well to be here.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I like to think that we're the aliens watching from afar, but I don't think so. A spit bucket.
Do
Oh yeah, because I called you a cum bucket. Yeah, I suppose when it comes to Ricardo, it's a cum bucket, though.
you
And you
guys
know
ever
it.
think about how big
And
this
that's all there is.
drama is? I mean, I was watching the 8-Bit Eric and Review Tech USA drama. I was watching some Tipster drama. And I mean, our drama is basically like in the bottom of the dumpster. It is
Right.
so low, and there's really there's
Oh,
not a lot of people
yeah.
watching our drama. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun.
That's why I love it.
It's fun.
That's the only reason I'm here.
It's pretty much done. It's over.
That's the only reason I'm here for
The
the
good
very,
part is
very,
over.
very. This is the dusty corners. Yeah. Well, no, because what happened was we had Dean who was trying to suck off the drama, and we fended against him.
But
And then
he
we had
killed it.
Ricardo who came in from the back, and Ricardo killed it.
I think they both killed
It was
it.
Ricardo that did it, and he did it in an insidious way. Huh?
I think
How did Ricardo?
I think you know, I don't know.
How did Ricardo kill it? Is that what your question was?
No,
So I didn't
no,
quite hear it.
I'm just saying that I feel like Dean killed it when he started taking down fucking channels and being such a, being just acting insecure and taking it from the joke. Like we need to
Yeah,
bring this.
Dean was always an illness.
Yeah, if you want to keep the drama alive, you got to keep it entertaining. You got to keep it funny. You got to keep it something interesting to draw it in. But they just deflated all the fun out of it. So it's like
because
nothing left.
they had to make it about
And-
them. That was the thing.
and-
But you said Dean, at least he had his short bus to keep going.
Right.
And that's kind of something that Albert said at one point, that if you want to keep the drama, you cannot take down channels.
Exactly.
When you start taking down
Yeah.
channels, you start killing the drama.
Yeah.
So there's a balance there that needs to be kept for the drama to keep going.
Exactly. Well, there has to be an element
Yeah.
of,
You need to be able to move forward with it a bit.
well, you have to be able to kind of take a little bit as you're giving it. You know what I mean? Like there has to be a respect for the game. You know what I mean? Like I sometimes I
Yeah.
compare it to sports where it's like these people competing, they're playing hard, but they try not to go over the line where they're ending the guy's career or they're injuring each other. They just, over every once in a while there is somebody who comes and takes the piss out of it, but for the most part, it takes
it too far. Makes
it
it
takes
about
both
that.
sides and every player to have a respect
That's it,
for
isn't
the
it? It's
game.
like, is it about is it about the community, or is it about them in
Well,
particular and
they
their
make it about
egos,
themselves. They're
psychological
not thinking about
needs,
this
and they're
as
just
an
a big black
entertaining.
hole stuck in it?
Yeah, they're not thinking about this as an entertainment. They're thinking about this as a personal thing,
Yeah.
a personal vendetta that they need to like
Yeah,
shut the fucking other
Exactly.
person down.
exactly. And for me, I'd like to say that I've probably took it both ways, because I've made it work for me, but it's definitely entertainment vibe because we've all come to it through YouTube, so we've all come to it through watching videos. I didn't come to it through any work.
Exactly.
I didn't come to this place through working hard or anything like that. It was because I was watching videos. So that's where we are. So it's like I am interested in like narcissism and all that stuff. So I've made that bit interesting and personal in a way. And also, I suppose I've taken it a little bit deeper with the Dean stuff for me personally. But I find that entertaining. You know what I mean? So a lot of people might think that's like too deep and stuff and personal. But actually, that's just entertainment for me.
Yeah.
Is picking apart psychology is entertainment. So Lewis has kung fu videos he can produce. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Lewis has still got loads to give. But I think everyone's got a different version of what they find entertaining, and that's what this place was interesting for, because there was a variety of people, and there probably still is, and it can come back. But we had this umbrella of drama,
Right.
and I think that works. You know,
But I think
and
I think if everybody kind of had the respect for the game, like I'm talking about, we can make this work for us, where it's fun for everybody instead of like, we can still hate each
Yeah.
other, make fun of each other, but make it work like where it's fun and it's not fucking, going into
yeah,
real
but you have
life.
to start from a decent point. You can't just like let them do what they do and
Exactly.
then just go,
No, I
okay, we're
don't
just going
think
to
they're
make something out of
capable
it
of
now,
doing
because he's already
I don't think they're capable of
and
living in
you know,
that
they
sort
fed
of
it,
realm.
annexed it to their own shit.
Yeah, they're not capable.
Yeah,
They're not capable.
exactly.
Like somebody like Dean, he has to be the top dog, or he has to win. You know what I mean? There can't be.
You think that? You
He
think
doesn't have respect for the
that
game.
though,
Like,
but then I thought that, and I thought that we pretty much won, and then I got completely shafted by Ricardo. And no offense, but everyone kind of fell for it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like nobody got. No, I won't say fell for it, but nobody twigged it. Do you know what I mean? No one thought of that. No one saw that that was what he was doing. Everyone just said, Ricardo, he's a nice guy. Like, no one sees it. So, you know, this shit is we're constantly under attack. Always a narc waiting at the fucking door for you. Even when you fended one off and finished one off, there's another one waiting.
yeah, definitely, especially here in
It's
this
like the human
environment.
centipede. Yeah. It's the flatlands. I realised this because I was
Well,
always,
I thought of like
and I was like,
dusting
well,
up.
actually, we live in flatland, don't we?
Well, I thought about dusting it up with people, but it's like it's just gonna end in my channel getting taken down and me just going away. Is that what I want? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's what I want.
For me, it's just a means to an end. So it's like, is it going to achieve what I want to achieve? That's all I ever wanted was harmony. And I thought we had that last week, you know, as soon as he'd fucked off, and, you know, we had our thing.
Right. Right, but we still have our
you know, that
thing.
was
We can't. You can't
fine.
take that away
Well,
from
no, because he's gone. He's completely
Yeah,
inert.
he can't take it away from you. Like, I
No.
don't understand
What we
what
weren't
you're.
looking for. It's about the next narc that's come in, the Insidious, the you know the enemy has. You take your eye off the ball, you've got another one. Literally, I mean, this guy has been feeding off us for months.
Well, let him. Like, I
has
don't.
been
I just think.
feeding.
I think if you keep your resolve stronger, then those things don't really matter. To me, it doesn't, because they can say whatever the fuck they want
It
and do
now
whatever
though.
the fuck they
Look
want.
at
It
it.
doesn't
Yeah,
affect
but
me.
look, he did a 4 hours long stream bitching about me to my friends, and he's taking it apart.
I mean, I
He's been
wasn't
feeding
there.
off
I
us
don't
for
know.
fucking months, and
Yeah.
and I've only just noticed
I mean, I wasn't there for that. I never
to
heard
the
him
full
say,
extent.
I never heard him say anything bad about you, so I don't know.
What, for that 4 hours, really?
I never watched it. I wasn't there. It was that
Like,
night. It was
you're not.
overnight.
Are you joking? What, Ricardo?
Yeah, the one where he's.
Oh no, the one where he was bitching about me.
Yeah, I never watched it. It was overnight.
That,
It was that night. I was sleeping
that's
at the
strange.
time.
Oh right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I thought you said you'd seen it and you never
No,
said anything. No,
I
he
never,
did. I saw
I
some
never
of it.
seen it.
He did. He was bitching about me for the whole time. But that's all I'm saying is it's just.
That's what I was saying. I wish there
What's
was some
interesting
clips or
about
something.
that stream is that he attacked Giuseppe, but he really didn't say anything about me.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
his
I know.
issue was with me, but somehow he
Exactly.
took that opportunity to only attack
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
found it very strange.
Yep. And the reason he had such a problem with you, I think, was because he had a problem with Dean. So he was already transferring it onto you to start with, and then he transferred it again and again and again until it got to me, because I'm the weakest link in his mind, isn't it?
Exactly.
He's
That's
so
what I was gonna
insecure,
say.
just like
To you, it's
like
like
the woman.
it's safe to
Simple as
attack
that.
you. It's safer in his mind.
Yeah. And also, it's got the knock-on effect
don't.
that it will eventually, if it went the way he wanted it to, it was worth a punt for him, and it worked as well. I couldn't believe it, but it worked for him. And I think he probably didn't expect it to work, but he pushed it because then it was one of his last ditch attempts to get the Herbies over without me, because he knew it was a massive bone of contention for him that for like week in week out he had to put up with me and be all right with me,
Yeah.
just because he knew he wanted to suck Evil's cock.
Right.
So it was like he couldn't have Evil over there if he didn't have me and Vic. I knew that me and Vic saw him. Do you know what I mean? And I know he's got more time for you, Vic, than he had for me, but he knew that we'd seen him.
Uh-huh.
So like he was already massively wary about us. But he was already kissing arse with the rest of them because he knew that they didn't see him
Yeah.
yet.
I felt
So-
that. I felt that. I felt that. I felt like he was only being super nice to me because I'm affiliated. I'm friends with Evil and everybody else. So he's like, okay,
It starts like that. It does start like
It
that. I mean,
started
I
like
can't say.
But I
can't
think over
speak for
time,
him.
like I felt a way too.
I
But
think it
like
changes,
he warmed up. Like I
I think
warmed
he
up to
probably
him.
accepted you more, but I don't think he'll fully ever accept you though. He won't ever fully accept you unless it means that he could exchange it for some security against someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like trading you off against me or something that would win you a few points for a few months, and then he might believe in you a bit more then. But there's only one person who we trust, and that's Doshin, in my opinion.
Yeah, but again, I feel like Dashin is just playing him. You know, like he's playing everybody. It might only be in his mind, but I think Dashin is. He thinks he's going around trolling everybody, and he's the master.
He understands Doshin's game, I think. Yeah.
So
he understands Doshin's game, and that's it.
Yeah. So whatever,
So yes, I know it's not been very exciting. Has anyone got any more points to make? Because I'm going to pack it in a bit.
No, I don't really have anything to say.
We'll do a tarot.
I mean, this has been an interesting conversation.
Have you found it interesting? I'm sorry if I've bored people. I found your guys' points interesting. I'm sorry if I've been boring.
Well,
but I'm glad you came off town. And
I mean, I'm the most boring, so.
I really am, because I'd be screwed. And Ron, when you came as well, if you're around, massively appreciate it. I can I'll do a 3-carder for this week. See what's going to happen.
All right, let's do it.
You never know.
All right, so what are we doing the reading?
We've spent most of it doing drama tonight, so I'll say drama, but you were saying about how we're moving on with the drama and doing something different. That's what I'm going to do with this. Is it's just like using it as a bit of a case study and going into sort of psychology a little bit. I know fuck all about this shit, you know what I mean? But I don't watch these
we can talk about
guys anymore. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hands and out and discuss about because I don't find them interesting enough to do that. None of them.
If we do it, as long as we do it on our
Ricardo's killed whatever spirit there was left in this place. He's took it and sucked it all out for himself. So there's no point in me putting into that.
Yeah, I don't.
Extractor fans can do it on their own fucking time. Yeah. It is on the menu if people turn up and they want to do it, but I always knew this week, Judy, that it was going to be more of a debrief than a death zone, because I've been out of it, I'll say, to say it nicely.
I've been so out of this. I'm so over it. Really. Like I recorded a thing to respond.
I mean, the thing is, we were all creating. We were doing a great job.
Like I recorded something to respond to like Dean or whatever, and I was like, I was just like, whatever. I just deleted it. I was like, fuck this. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done.
Yeah, no one's got time for that shit. I mean, the thing is, I thought we were doing a really nice job of building stuff away, doing our own creativity and doing our own creations. But again, like I say, even under these clear circumstances, we've had in my opinion, we've had another attack from an arc, and it's taken a big bite out of the spirit of the place, in my opinion, because he's insidious now. He's in everything, and he's literally extracted out of every part of our community now.
That's where I
my
kind of
opinion.
disagree with you. I don't think he's affected anything. I mean, he hasn't. I think we can do whatever we want. Like I don't see where he's putting a
Yeah,
damper
true.
on anything. Like I still do my
No,
stream.
now it's not. You
That's
just have to
his.
shine a light on people like that. Well, he's definitely been putting a damper on me. He stopped me from interacting with my friends. So yeah, he has put a damper on me.
But how
He's
did he
first
do
merged
that?
my name and did a smear campaign about me. Last week he did because our account came on the panel, and he had a problem with everybody, and he was pissed off at Dean for ringing him up and threw me under the bus because he is that. He really doesn't care about consistency, doesn't care about continuity, doesn't care about evidence. I'm still waiting for evidence from the first time he flipped on me and made a smear campaign about me. He still never presented it.
Right.
And that was fucking 6 months ago.
Yeah.
He just makes shit up about people. If he thinks he can get away with it, he does it even more. And that's what he's been doing.
Right.
He lives on it. We know he does. That's why I put up with him, because I was like, oh, you get these cool little fucking stories off and shit. You know what I mean? That's like part of
Right.
his thing. But with the rough, you get the smooth. Unfortunately, he focuses all his rough on me because he's a fucking
Right.
old bitter old Queen woman hater.
Look,
And he made it very clear that that's what it is.
look. The way I see it, it's up to the people to decide. Like, just because Dean comes up and says I'm boring, you might come to my channel and say, yeah, he is boring, or you might come and say, oh no, this guy's not boring. You know what I mean? It's like it's up to each person, and I'm not gonna pretend to like
Yeah, well, everyone bought into it though. But that was the thing.
I
Yeah, it weren't me. It weren't me that bought
really
into that
don't care.
shit. It weren't me that went along with
You
him.
know.
So it's just one of them things.
Yeah. Like I'm here, I'm having
Yeah.
fun. Whenever
Right,
it
anyway.
stops being fun, I'll just stop. Like it's not. It has.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't care
Well, I'm
at
changing
all.
it up. See, I just changed my direction a bit. Well, I care in the sense that maybe I've got a half a video that wants finishing off, or like, you know what I mean? That
Right,
in that
right.
sense, I care. Like in the art sense, like
Yeah.
if I've got an art project I want to do,
Yeah.
like I'm going to still do the blue tent.
But that's what I'm
You know what I mean?
saying.
No
It's
matter
like
what, that makes no difference because that's kind of
your
separate from it all.
your art is still going to be the same art, whether because look, just the nature of creating art. There's going to be people that like it and people that don't like it already. So just on that.
Yeah,
But on
that's
top
it.
of that, having somebody coming around and
It's
saying
if you
any
like it or not, innit? When it comes
things,
to art.
it doesn't change anything. It doesn't. I can get 100 people
No,
calling
no,
my
but like I
music
say,
shit.
because of the dynamic of the energy, in a group dynamics, I do think it does have effects unless you shine a light on it.
Like whenever I
Yeah,
post
exactly, Q. Yeah, exactly. With Dean, it's purely, it is 3 fingers pointing back at him. I totally, exactly. He just literally tells you. That's
Yeah.
what I was saying earlier. Excuse me, but that's what I was saying.
Well, yeah,
It's embarrassing to listen to him, isn't it? Because
Well,
he's just telling you his life
he
story
has no
by a chat.
he has no empathy, so he only sees everything through his own lens. So like, of course he has to. The only point of reference that he has
No.
is himself. So everything is a projection.
Well, you can't have,
because
can he?
because he has no empathy to look at something through somebody else's lens. He only sees things from his lens, so that he only knows that one lens.
Yeah.
So he's going to project that onto everybody else. That's why he said, "Oh, that everybody." I was jealous because everybody wanted to take pictures of him. It's like that's not the kind of person I am. Like I'm the opposite of that. I don't
Well, like
want
he came
people
on
taking
here
pictures of me. Like
saying about
I-
views,
yeah,
didn't he?
like
Came on here
like-
going, oh, what about
yeah.
your views?
like I had the opportunity to be on
Who
television,
cares?
and I turned it down because I didn't want my picture on television. Like, you know what I mean? Where he would have jumped at that fucking opportunity. You know what I mean? It's like there's people are different. You know what I mean? Not everybody is you that wants attention and that wants views and does this and that, and you have to realize that. But he can't. He's not capable of it. He only sees things through his lens, and that's it. He can't put himself
Yeah, you
into
can only see it from
another.
him. You can only see it.
Yeah, it's
Take that one. Oh man, right? Okay, so we've got. I don't think if this was right. I don't think this.
Ron
Was,
wants the link. You can drop it.
I
For
didn't feel it, but I don't want to second guess it. So I'm going to keep it, and I might use it as a signifier and do another quick one. Oh, Ron's here. Sweet. We're doing the tarot, Ron.
right? That's also a sign of immaturity, right? It's like it's autistic people and young children are the ones that they can't see things through other people's. They only see things through they think everybody sees the world the way they see it, right? They you know
Mm.
they don't understand that that people are different, right? Like I said, he automatically assumed that I should be jealous that everybody wanted to take a picture of him because he was dressed up in some stupid
Yeah,
costume.
and you can tell him till you're blue in the face.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah,
and it's
you
funny
know,
because everything he does, it makes it more
you can't
clear.
see, like we were saying earlier, you can't see that coming on and laughing at someone with a like 70 fucking sub channel for views that don't match his at 56.
Exactly.
Realize that you know, he doesn't see it. He doesn't
No,
see the.
the
It's
it's a
absolutely
complete lack of self awareness.
crazy.
He either doesn't see it or
Exactly.
refuses to see it. You know what I mean? And that's a problem.
What that
That's a problem
means
a
to
lot of these
me
guys
is
have. Like Darius has the same
that
problem.
because he'll have his own health problems, and it's just projection. It'll be something as purely projecting
Right.
as that. It'll be that he's got a sore back, or his CTE that he's got in his head, or some health issue. Exactly, some health issue that he's concerned about, and it just comes out. He will literally
Right.
then do that. He will literally do that to Sorry, I'm a novice. That's why it's flickering all over the place. I'm trying to show it.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that's
he's Rod.
that's a clear.
Ah!
Jeez.
What,
I'm gonna have to
you-
put my
Good
sunglasses.
Lord, we are.
You don't like
We
the
are. We're
beard?
seeing this in real time, Jude.
Is it the beard or the haircut? Which one is it?
Put my glasses on so.
What is it? The beard? What is it?
It's the
Paul?
valley of
Is
the
it-
shadow of
Is it the
death.
beard?
It's everything
Is everything?
down to the background, that thing in
Well,
the back.
the 3 cards I got for the future.
Oh man.
That thing in the background, that's his Q-tip collection, isn't it? Oh man, I bet they're all stuck on the top of there. I love that picture. Well done, Ron. That's a fucking really good one. Very true. That was his arsenal. Yeah, but then so we did as well, though. We used that same piece of steak and threw it back at him quite a lot.
But it just
Yeah,
just
exactly.
goes
It's
to
just
show
a
you
joke.
how the self awareness is not there.
No, it's never
And-
been there.
Yeah, and also not having a sense of humor about yourself. You got to have a sense of humor about yourself if you're gonna survive out here in this fucking
Yeah.
YouTube
Well, the thing
land.
is, the thing
Especially if you want to do
is,
drama.
the only traction he's ever had for his channel has been these drama wars, these kid-level drama wars, and he's tried to carry on going and just keep the same format going. We've seen his old stuff. It's the exact same
Yeah.
shit.
It's the only way he knows how to be interesting, and it is what it is.
No,
It's
Gerard,
fine.
look at Gerard. Retro Bro is the biggest failed father. No, that's Team TV.
I'm going to put you on in a minute. I'm just I'm waiting for this rolled up towel comment. Was too good to miss.
I
So yes. Do you think so? Do you think Retro Bro's the biggest fail father? Really? I don't think so. I think Dean is a way worse.
I mean, if you sign up,
I think Retro Bro still
if you
hasn't
sign a paper
exactly
willingly
2
to
words.
sign away
2 words from Dude.
parental
That's
rights,
all you need to know.
I'd say that's a failure.
Do you know what though, Gerard's conscience? What I would say about that is that everybody has their hard times. It was during lockdown, right? I'm not excusing nothing, but what I will say is I would never rag on
But guess
someone
what?
for that. What I would rag on was what that showed about Rab. What that fucking showed about Rab. Rab showed himself to be the worst out of that. Fuck it. Who cares if he asked Rab for a handout or for some help? If it was his mate. People like that control people and exploit them, and they make them feel they're like they pretend they've got everything you could possibly want. So you go to them. They want you as a codependent.
That's a classic.
And then he went and obviously played up to
I mean, that's a classic move.
what
I mean,
Rab
that's
did, try and manipulated him to be a codependent, and then he fucking turned on him and did that because that's another classic fucking narcissist.
But guess what, Juan? But
And
guess
he's
what, Juan?
even worse. And I
what's his
wasn't
name?
fucking Retro Bro's
Volpe.
biggest fan in those days.
Dude,
Fuck that shit.
Volpe doesn't like your parenting style, so there.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, but you know,
Whatever
Like,
that
that's-
is.
That's
She
right.
prefers Dean's parenting style over
okay.
yours,
Well,
so
hey,
that's-
to each their own. But it's like the mob, right? They'll give you something, and then you owe them. You know what I mean? After that, so like sometimes people do that for their own motives.
Yeah. Exactly. They want you. It's like the fairy. It's like fairy food, isn't
Yeah.
it? They haven't
Yeah.
got nothing else, so they try and get you with something as common as money.
Yeah.
They can't win you over with their sparkling conversation, their intelligence, their life experience, their education, or any of their work ethic, their warm heart, or any of that. And they know, because they know they're diseased inside. So what do? They get you to be a codependent. They try and manipulate you. They try and fucking hypnotize you. And most of the time they use money. And Rab's one of them, and they're the really low grade ones, the money ones, and that's Dean. He's a money one. Ricardo is a bit higher grade because he's not money. He
He
just
just wants
uses
a little bit of
manipulation and
power.
violence
Yeah.
and
Well,
fucking people's cocks.
He just wants a
I
bit
mean-
of power, and he gets it with Dawson.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know anything about these rap
Yeah.
people or whoever that is.
Yeah, Dean can feed his kids. Yeah, but he chooses not to, though, doesn't he? No, he can't feed his kids. He's been used so. He can't feed his kids. He gets fucking his auntie to feed his kids for him. And I'll say, and on top of it, even if he could, he chooses to, instead of giving that money to his kid, saving it for anything for the future or putting a smile on his face today, he decides to,
what
to
about-
buy another fucking load of subs so he can impress the guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What about the prank calls that he was leaving?
So he can impress
on,
us by proxy. So he's not feeding his kids at all.
So what about the prank calls that he was leaving on Ricardo? Like, isn't that such a depraved behavior? Especially getting his kid to do it. Like, what kind of example is that?
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting.
It's
Absolutely
disgusting, isn't
disgusting.
it?
And I was ready to really
Yeah, it
question
is.
Ricardo on that before he turned on me.
I cannot imagine a single scenario where I would put my child through something like that ever
Yeah.
in my life. Not even as an adult
No,
when he becomes an adult.
absolutely
No,
not.
Fuck no.
Well, that just goes to show you he's
Absolutely
like
not. It's the
he's
most
acting like a
disgusting thing
friend,
I've
not a
seen, dude.
father. You know
Because he
what I
doesn't
mean?
care, man. He signed up the legal rights to him. So
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
exactly.
come
So
on.
he is a friend then, rather than
He
a
is,
father.
like-
Yeah, you're right. Technically, under the law, yeah, he's his friend, not his father.
It's like his big brother or something. I don't know.
Yeah. That's how he acts like, I guess. I mean, that's what it seems like. That's how he presents
Yeah,
it.
because he's
Anyways.
stunted.
Like the jock big brother. Or
And
something.
this lady, this high level girlfriend that he's got, who's obviously got a much higher, much better, more responsible job, encourages this behaviour. This is something that we are not discussing. This woman lives in the
Look at
same
what
house
Judy
as
said.
him. She's
Dean
in a
can
more
even
responsible position.
sign
And
the
Yeah.
field trip permission slip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
true, you know. It's
She's
hey, it's not
paying
we're
all
not
the
disparaging,
bills.
That's the truth.
She's funding everything. She's bankrolling him to do this psycho shit behaviour and to encourage the child to do the things that she's even more fucked up than Dean, because she's apparently educated. So she knows what's going on, and she's letting him do that to that
Who, Angela?
child under
Angela?
her roof.
Are you talking about
That's
Angela?
fucked up, mate.
CP?
Because at least with Dean, you know him. Yeah.
But
Because
it's
at
not
least
her
with
kid.
Dean, you know he's a lost
But it's not her
soul. and
kid,
he's
so
fucked up.
what responsibility does she have?
Well, she definitely doesn't have any say in that.
She's not. She's
she
not
might
even
not
the,
like
the
it.
legal wife, or not.
She probably doesn't like it, but what's she gonna do about it?
She's
can't
just
Well,
a-
I do think
she's
there's
just
a level
like-
of
like
respons-
a-
No, I think we've all got personal responsibility. If I had a bloke under my roof and I was paying the bills and he was doing that to his kid, and then in this country anyway, and then it got found out that you were letting that happen, you would get done. You would get done for the responsibility, because over in this country, there's been so many things, so many care problems, so many social work
Wait.
issues where the government have been
Harold-
held to task because they haven't been training their social workers. So it's like they've got to cover their backs.
Harold is saying that Dean should
Did
go
you
on
get
Murray.
him?
He should say that he's saying that Dean should
Hey,
go on
Harold.
Murray. But didn't he do that? Didn't he post paternity?
He posted the
results?
paternity test. Yeah.
He posted paternity results on YouTube or on
Yeah,
somewhere.
because what was his name? What was the name of that YouTuber? The guy that lost his mind over there, Miko. Turbo Joe
Oh.
challenged Dean. He
Which
told him
one?
something like, I bet you're not the father of that kid, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He's,
So he
he looks
showed a
black.
paternity test.
And then he showed the paternity test. Oh,
That's
I remember
hilarious.
that shit, yeah.
How could you be so dense? As if you have something to prove.
He's like a 14-year-old man in a
Yeah,
old man's body.
He is. He is.
Oh man.
And and I'm not even saying that to make fun of him. It's just the way it looks. You just look at the situation. That's how it looks, man.
I mean, we don't have to make fun of him. I mean, his own actions make fun of him.
Yeah, you just have to look in his direction and you'll see it.
Just observe and
Observe and enjoy.
and make
Exactly,
your observation. Yeah, and
That's
enjoy the
it,
shit
yeah.
show.
Exactly. And that's why
Yeah.
it doesn't
And that's it, isn't it? And sometimes you get a little bit of interaction as well, so that's quite a bonus, isn't it? It's quite nice.
That's dude.
Were you here when
Dude,
Matt
that's why he feels the need
earlier,
to
Rob?
to
And he's like,
dig
just don't
into
get
other
it,
people's
so-
lives.
exactly, yeah. Because
He
it's
feels-
been done to him.
That's where it goes
Because
too
he knows
far.
his is the way
And
it
that's
is.
where the fucking thing with DT came in as well, because it was like he was the one pushing it to that level. He was the one who went and did that and made it to that, like you say,
Oh, yeah.
toxic level.
yeah.
When it could have just been comedy.
Theirs
Could have just been comedy.
theirs is not innocent.
And then cried about it when it got so.
Yeah. No, exactly. He's not innocent. He's not innocent. When it was in his favor, he was all about it. So I get it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing I can't stand is when people do that shit. I can't stand that shit. Whatever you do, if I disagree with you, it could be when it's all right for you, but then when it turns around, it's a different matter. And they cry and lie about it to the extent that they do. Nah.
Yeah.
That's
no,
too much for me.
It's clear as day. It's clear as day. So that's why anything they say, it just makes me giggle. It just makes me giddy because at the end of the day, I know that I don't care about any of this stuff, and they do. And they come off and they spout out and they say whatever they want to say, and it's like you can say whatever. My reputation is not going to be tarnished because I don't care about my reputation. Like, I'm not here trying to be this pillar of the community. I'm just here, just having fun, whatever.
Yeah.
So like, whenever they
Poking
say
at
something
people.
to disparage
exactly.
me,
For me,
it
it's just
doesn't
like
doesn't hit. It doesn't care. Like I don't
I'm on my own. Yeah, I'm on my own exploration of this psychology for my own benefit, and so like
Right.
all that stuff is like it's all good for me. So for me, like when Ricardo did that stuff, I was watching it and I was just like, I was expecting this.
Yeah, but
And I was
I could never imagine anything that Ricardo say changing my mind about you or Ron or Evil or anybody because I have
Exactly.
I have my own opinions
Yeah.
about you guys. So there's nothing that anybody could say to change
Well,
anything.
But you see, when
Right.
a narc comes in and takes over, and people throw you, but you've never been thrown under the bus by people, have you? You've never been that target.
I
like
guess
me.
not. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not playing the violin and stuff like that, but it's hard to understand where to see it from that perspective if you've not been
I'll
that
give
person.
you that. I'll give you
Who
that.
that person will literally turn on.
I'll give you that.
Time, you know what I mean? I'm not moaning about it. I'm just saying it puts you in a unique position, and it makes it kind of repetitive, and you kind of have to get knocked back to this point again. And you have to start
I
again
guess-
from scratch, which is fine. But you've got to acknowledge that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does happen. It's just one of those things. And so for me, it really wasn't a case of being pissed off. It was just more a case of being like, okay, so this is interesting. Like, what psychology can I look at from this point of view? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
In how
I mean,
some people were.
I just feel like if anything were to happen, that somebody came along and exposed something about me, and now, you, Ron, Evil, everybody else that is my friend, turn against me and say, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with Billy no more." Then I would just go away and it would be over. I'd be like, "Well, I had a good run and that was it." Like that's why.
Yeah, but that wouldn't
Waka waka.
happen because it's all about communication. We just literally communicate our feelings, and you would communicate back.
Right.
I'd imagine,
Right.
you know. So it'd just be
Yeah, I
was
guess,
cool.
I don't know. I don't live in that world where.
I still think it's important to confront your friends.
Yeah,
If
yeah. Like
you've got an issue,
that's why I'm
you should be able
seeing. Like
to
nothing that Ricardo could
confront
say
your
could ever change my mind about you guys. Only you guys yourselves could change my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like only if you offended me yourself.
Yeah,
Like there's nothing that.
that's fair. But he can change the environment, in my opinion. I think he can change people with my paranoia. But I also think that he changes the environment is insidious. So it's just that the environment is just that I just wouldn't.
You're not
be
the
there.
local
Do you know what I
one.
mean? It's just that,
I mean,
just that situation.
why don't we discuss this right now?
You know, it just becomes a
And
I just want the
situation.
chat to know that's not me on the soundboard. It's Ron. Okay, I have been good boy with the soundboard today.
Can somebody invite Ricardo into this stream so we can discuss this situation?
I highly doubt that he
I've
would
not
be
seen him, and he's not come. He won't come. I don't think he'd come. I mean, it was okay.
He's
If he wanted,
streaming right now, so
if
he's
he wanted to
at
come, he
home.
would have been allowed on. There would have been no problem.
Judge Judy.
He's been streaming. He's
Judge
probably
Judy
streaming
should
right
be the
now.
one. Judge Judy, you can reason with him.
The thing is that it is 2.5 hours, and I wasn't too bothered about going on forever. You know what Ricardo's like; it would go on for hours. But yeah, I mean, we can do. I'd probably want a little bit of a break beforehand, but if he wanted to come over, he knew what was going on. He started streaming.
I'll ask him. I'll go ahead and
ages
ask him.
so.
But I doubt.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I doubt it.
Because I mean, I really would like to know why he started attacking UCP instead of me.
Yeah, no, that
I
is a
think
He'll
good
never
question.
answer that question.
I think that is really the question right here.
He'll never
because
answer that question, mate, because he doesn't feel the need to.
he left because of me. So
He thinks he can
he
just
should have
lie
a discussion
about
with me,
it.
not
Yeah,
with
he just
you.
thinks he can lie.
So
Exactly.
I think we should have this discussion tonight now that everybody's on stream.
Yeah, but you know what the problem is?
Yeah, but he
The
will.
problem with that is he's not going to be very comfortable with that line of questioning. You know that. So, I mean, it puts him in a precarious position, and he's not going to walk into that, unfortunately.
He'll just lie about it. Look how he ran because you called him insecure. He'll just lie, and he just thinks that people, because what he puts his energy into is the environment and controlling the environment. And Dawson is a fantastic tool for that. Because Dawson, any
I'll say
messages
this.
that he doesn't want to answer to. So on that chat, if someone comes in and says, "Ricardo, could you answer me this?"
I don't think Daushin is
Ricardo,
as
you've said this
effective as
about
you
me.
think.
Ricardo, could you just this? And Dawson will just spam that out of the chat, so he doesn't even have to look at it. And
I mean, I was in
been there. We've all
Ricardo's
been there,
stream.
where he just completely ignores what you've asked him.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Ricardo's stream, and I'm talking with. It's me and Luke's Awakening, and we're talking about 2DS games and good games that we've played in the past. And Daushin's in there spouting off about Eevee and this and that, and we're just like ignoring him. Like he's not affecting as much as you think he is.
Yeah, no, I agree. Q, yeah, there's nothing, when I say about these strategies and things like with these people, it's all subconscious. It genuinely is. Also, Count called it out last week. Insecurity. That's what it is. That's all it is. There's nothing more to it than that. He's not sat there writing down fucking plans. He's not like Dungeon
Yeah,
Master.
no, yeah,
with fucking
he's
dice.
completely reactive.
You know what I mean? He's not making
Yeah.
dungeons for us.
It's completely
Well,
reactive.
Ricardo turned down the offer. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. And like,
No
let's be
shit.
fair. Let's be
No
fair.
shit, Sherlock.
This is like, it would be like walking into the lion's den.
Yeah, no, I don't. The only question I was interested in is why do
No,
you
I
think
mean, it's
nobody
not really
ever has a
walking
paper
into
trail and can work out what he's saying?
He's not walking into the lion's den. We're just asking him why did he chose to attack CPE instead of me. That's the only
dude.
question
Right.
that we
Right.
Yeah,
want to
dude,
know.
it's not like we're ringing up his phone 24/7 like Dean
Yeah,
is,
well,
or
But I mean, if you look from his perspective, I mean, that's obviously a question that he's not going to want to answer because it makes him look weak,
Yeah.
right? I mean, obviously,
No.
the right thing to do
Because that's
would
why
be
he'll just
to
want to talk to
face
Dawson.
Alt Account 1 because that was the problem he had Instead
Well, I have a
of taking it
theory.
out on
Yeah,
We
someone
have a
else.
theory. The theory is that
Oh.
because it's CP's channel
Alright.
and she allowed all to count one to be on the panel, so she's guilty by.
Oh,
that.
by guilty by association.
But
It's
then
Right,
just a
literally
theory,
this
man.
fake
That
alt
whole
account
fake.
one that he had on his channel,
right.
he was asking at the fake alt account one onto his panel literally the next day. Seriously as well.
I don't play that way.
Bullshit,
Hey
mate.
man, I think I would respect him a lot more if he would allow himself to be uncomfortable for the sake of,
Mhm.
you know, just to gain.
Yeah.
But
If you're
dude,
gonna have a
he
drama
participated
channel,
in Dean's panel when they
you're gonna
when they
have to
would
be
make the
uncomfortable at some point,
when
aren't
they would
you?
make the judgment. Remember that
Yeah.
court
Yeah.
thing? They were just laughing
Yeah.
at him the whole entire.
Yeah, so
The
I
entire
don't
life.
understand. Like that's why I gave him credit for that. I respected him for that. I did. I mentioned it too.
Yeah,
the
but now
last
he's
time.
offended at this. So I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, maybe
Well-
maybe he feels betrayed too by us because you know we were, and like fuck, I'm trying hard to not say too much bad about him. I don't want him to be offended with me, but the truth is the truth, and I have to say it the way I see
Don't
it.
worry, you guys are completely innocent. Don't worry. You can say anything you want. He'll blame me. You guys are completely. It's me who he blames. So you could call him whatever you wanted.
No, you
Nah,
know,
he'll only look weak if he does that.
Yeah, he
he's
only
already
kicks off when he runs out of
put
food.
himself in that position. I mean, he's
Yeah, well, that's it. He simps to you guys, all of you. Is like you say, he's put himself in that position now. He has made himself. He's prostrated himself in front of all of you guys.
right.
So yeah, he will do anything for you guys, as long as you play ball, as long as you pretend to live in his fantasy world, as long as you pretend not to hear, not to see,
Right.
not to see all
Yeah.
these little weird things that he does, and they just happen so much all the time, and how controlling he is. As long as you promise not to do any of those things, he'll simp to you for the rest of your lives.
Well, I have to say, I never interacted with Luke's Awakening, but in the past few days where I've been in Ricardo's chat, I had a great time just chatting back and forth in the chat with him. And I know he likes to go over and watch Dean and all them. So like, but like, I think I've kind of made a little bit of a friend with Luke's Awakening, and that's fine. I don't care that he goes and watches Dean and all that. Like, whatever.
And you know what? He made it very clear that he doesn't support what Dean does.
Yeah.
He
But,
came
I
on
mean,
apologizing, so I've got time for him.
yeah,
I have to say, I can't ever forget people who are going to be a bit, rats leaving a sinking ship on both sides. So as soon as there was a bit of a sniff of any danger, he was off over there with them, kissing their ass and slagging off evil at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, joining in with it, laughing and joking.
Right.
When the milk has soured, he's come straight back over, acting as if nothing's happened. Now, the reason I've got time for him, and I'm not going to give him shit, is because he came on apologising, he acknowledged it, and he discussed it, and he wasn't scared of discussing it.
Right.
So that's fine.
Well,
But I'm never going to forget the people who did that, because they show who they are, Excuse
Right.
me. Sorry, Ron.
And for what it's worth, I enjoyed, going back and forth with him. It was fine, and yeah, like fucking people make mistakes, and
probably
It's
he
fine.
knows he's Dean for what he really is after everything he's done, especially the calls that were revealed, the calls to Ricardo's phone.
Yeah.
I mean, after that, there's no comeback. I mean,
Yeah, that's not a good look. Like he thinks he's a badass for doing that. It doesn't look good. Maybe one call, whatever. And if he did it himself and not had his kid do it, then maybe. But the incessant obsession, the harassment, it's not a good look. It makes you
yeah,
look.
probably Luke. That's probably why people are getting away from those streams. Because if you go take a look at his streams now, he's got like two viewers, 1 viewer, 4 viewers tops. His viewers are going down. So
It is what it is.
Exactly. It's just to the point today where he came over here when we had 5 people to promote his fucking live stream. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, I remember we used to be cool with
My head is in my
everybody
hand.
until they made that deal with Klaus and Albert started fighting everyone and
Yeah.
like, what
Which
the
is,
fuck?
that was last night. That was a year ago. That was a year ago last night, that D-Read close. It was Saturday night of Easter weekend. That's when that happened. Because I remember I was away.
Right.
I was away this time last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was away because I was at my in-laws' house.
Yeah. It would be
And that's why I know.
amazing.
So that was a year ago.
If it would be amazing if all of those guys like the commenters and the viewers just said, screw it. We're just gonna go over and do whatever we want, and we're gonna fucking watch what we want, and take all that power away from him. He would fold like a cheap
Yeah, well,
fucking
I know,
table.
but
He'll
that's
lose
not
his
where we're
fucking
at.
mind, exactly. And there's nothing he could do about it except cry on the internet.
That could have happened, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen now. But that was what we were on the cards for achieving. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. That it was blown. But anyway, the 3 cards that we got for past, present, future this week, we got the Magician for the past. So we've had the Magician before, haven't we? And it's the hypnotizing. It says the past is will is what leads man forward on his journey towards understanding, to learn to act and to bend reality to do what he wishes and desires. The Fae that presides over will has abandoned any ambition within himself. He is moved by joy and not by pride. That was us in the past. He has observed reality and in the real art of magic, trusts his desire to change things. However, there is no malice or domination over other creatures. The magician begins the journey towards knowledge with an infinite thirst to learn and to try everything. He traces life like the hand of a blacksmith, feeling the metal under his fingers, a painter preparing. He has a great power in his hands, and yet it remains a small echo within the universe. That was the past. In the future, the present, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, which we've had before, which is a big giant lady. And it's manifesting actual stuff. 6. I'm always a fan of the 6s for some reason. I quite like the 6s. Charity, providence, abundance, gifts, and salvation. That's where we're at today. That's nice, isn't it? Yay! A gigantic fae, both in terms of body and statuesque face. She looks like the woman out of Skunk Anansie. Rises above all other fae. A chain with a pentacle that has a star incised upon it hangs around her neck. On her 2 open hands, palms spread wide, small spheres of light have materialized, similar to pearls or rolls. Ages are crowded around to take them without daring to touch them, but rejoicing in their light, while the face of the bountiful fae seems to indicate that there is enough of this manna for everyone. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? So a feast of sorts, some kind of intellectual, physical feast. We'll have to get ourselves down that Discord at some point. I've not been in there for a bit. Maybe we're due some sort of stream snipe, fun times for us or something that's in the future. Just a fun time, maybe we should watch something around at Vix or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Have you got any?
Yeah, we haven't done that for a while, man.
Have I been
We need to
missing
get
the
back.
films, Vic?
No, we haven't done it. I got to get back to that.
Yeah, I think
I'm just
it's
gonna
a good
start
time to maybe
streaming
do
stuff.
films. Like you were saying about like all that shit's over. It's all done now. But that doesn't mean that we can't watch films that are relevant to the experiences that we've
Oh no,
had.
it's
You know, I
not
mean, it doesn't mean
over.
we have to ignore what we've been through. It
I
doesn't
don't
mean that
think.
we have to pretend that it's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
happened. We can still talk about it.
I think that stuff comes and
You know
goes.
what I
You know what I
mean? It's
mean? I
just
think we'll get
it
back
doesn't
to a
have to
time where
be
we're watching
so.
movies again.
Uh,
Yeah, it's just nobody's in the mood for
yeah,
that right now. Then it'll come back. It's not like
yeah, fair
it's
enough.
all good.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I think if you find the right movie as well, if it's relevant,
Well, I think
then
what I'll do is I'm just gonna stream. Like I nobody came. I streamed a movie the other day, and like nobody noticed, but it's fine. I just was there watching it like I would have normally watched it, and then if anybody notices, they'll come in, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. I've not been out of it because
Yeah, it's
I've been
fine.
really ill and it's been.
Yeah, it's totally
yeah,
fine.
that's why I've been
It's totally
hopping
fine.
around.
But
I've been super ill. It's been one thing after another, honestly. Illness
oh
after
man,
illness.
I haven't been in the mood myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's this time of year as well. Like,
Well, as
I'm going on holiday next week though, so I'm excited about
I'll
that.
let you know something. As the summer comes, as the good weather comes, I'm going to be going golfing and not on the internet.
Yeah.
So you might see me a little less.
Oh, it's the summer as well, of course. Of course. Yeah, when it comes
People
to
are
the summer,
doing
people are
things,
around less, definitely. Yeah, but when you do come back, you can tell us all your golf stories, can't you?
Yeah.
If they're any fun. I don't want to hear them if they're
Oh,
boring.
it's great. Oh, it's always great.
The future, we've got the Two of Wands for our sins. Now, I didn't feel like that was actually I was a bit second guessing of it, and when it came down, I was like, I'm not sure, but we'll take it. I'll take it. I'm not second guessing it because I don't like the card. I do like this card. I'm just saying I didn't feel it.
Waka waka.
The Two of Wands. Waka waka. Maybe, actually. It's folded over.
Are you gonna bark all day,
Fear of the
little
unknown.
doggy? Are you gonna bark all day?
Sorry.
Fear of the unknown was the third one, which is just what we were talking about. Out horizons and cross a boundary. That's interesting, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't catch that one.
The fear of the unknown, the need to widen our horizons and cross a boundary. This is the
This is a good card. This is what we need to do. We need to broaden our horizons.
Yeah.
We need to find other ways to be creative and to do what we need to do.
Yeah, build
fear
bridges
of the
instead of
unknown. Yeah.
burning bridges.
Yeah.
Maybe Ron. Maybe. Depending on the bridge and the person, definitely. But
We've already been fighting for too long with the wrong people.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lower my standards to do so. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. See, the point was we were fighting from the start because they were trying to bring down standards. If the only way we're going to be able to build those bridges is not by compromise, not by moving forward, not even by discussing it, but by literally just lowering our standards after a year and just going, oh, all right, then I'll just lower my standards now to accommodate it. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. That is a waste of a year's worth of fighting just to, and it's not because I want to keep it going or anything. I'm willing to compromise. I think we've all changed our behaviours over the course of the year. If other people are going to stand there and carry on exactly the same as they were, exactly the same level of attacking, exactly the same level of doxing, exactly the same level of all that shit that we wouldn't stand for before, then that would make me Darius Truxton if I fucking bent over and just lowered my expectations and lowered my standards just to accommodate him. No, I will not. But I'm up for compromise, I'm up for moving forward, I'm up for discussion, I'm up for argument. I am not up for acting like there's a fucking elephant in the room and pretending that it's never happened. No. Because if you act like you've got amnesia now, what happens when we get older? You're just going to start forgetting shit.
Don't we want to forget we once met Dean?
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
do.
I was just talking in general, not specific people. I mean, just in general.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you're saying. I think building bridges, and that's a fear of the unknown for me, as you can see, because I got triggered by that. So there's a fear of the unknown.
Yeah, dude, because those
And the
those
building
motherfuckers,
bridges.
they created so much
Absolutely
negativity.
right.
They talk so much shit. It's like we were sucked into this vortex of hate and talking shit about everyone
Yeah.
for no reason almost. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
And I think
Yeah,
I
so our
think
standards
too.
were lowered anyway, weren't they?
I think too there might be an element of when they come to troll and they're talking about, you know, maybe that's the only way they can know how to come and approach it. You know what I mean? Maybe they're too proud to come in and say,
Nah. No, because Lewis came over and Lewis did it a different way, didn't he? Lewis managed it. Lewis came over and apologised last week. There is ways around it.
yeah, but I mean,
Um,
maybe they're too proud.
there
Maybe
are some
like
people who back
somebody
themselves into so much of a corner.
look.
Well, those guys aren't ever going to come round here
Yeah.
anyway. You know,
I
like
mean,
Dean and
somebody like
Carver,
Albo has
they're
drank
too
the
proud,
Kool-Aid
but they're
so
not even going to
much
get a look in
that
anyway. From my, speaking for
they
myself.
could never go back on what they've dug their heels in so deep that they're too proud to admit that they were wrong or whatever. So it's a
There's ways
challenge.
around it, but yeah, there's ways around it. It's a challenge. I'm a behavioural management person, and I could have done that. Wah, wah, wah. But I'm not even going to bother trying now. I tried, I failed. Sometimes it's the only way that these people can even have any benefit in their lives. You know,
But you
people
know-
like Dean, for instance. Someone like Albert, there's no chance because he's just got holes in his brain.
I know, but
there's nothing we can do to help that.
I don't know. I just feel like being like acting threatened by them. It kind of feeds their bullshit too. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just be like,
Yeah.
oh look who this is. Look who's here.
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
it.
mean?
No one's threatened by them.
But
Yeah, but no one's threatened by just because you don't accept their behaviour.
yeah, I guess.
Or
But I mean,
their
it,
things that they've done doesn't mean you're threatened by them at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I saw those community posts from Dean, right? I couldn't give a shit about any of them. The one and the 16 people liked, probably including Luke's Awakening, because he's there. And then, I didn't know any different when he put the guy who was in from Hyatt's past, and he put that all over his community post because someone had been abused, and he was crowing over that. That's the sort of people we're dealing with here, and that is beyond anything. Even if that was for my worst enemy, that is just such a low grade thing to do that there is no going back from that. There is no proud. There is no, I didn't know any different. There's no, I've changed my mind now. That's just fucked up. Straight up fucked up. That's all there is to it.
all right. Well,
It's just like watching the British version of The Office. Like it's funny but awkward and sad at the same time.
I know
I'm
it's
sorry,
fun
I'm
to
so
miss
spouting off. I'll shut up now.
a nice pile drive to the face, or a punch to the face. But you cannot do it because it is in the Bible not to wrestle your neighbor.
Oh my god, I love it. You can
Mexican
have, like,
people
fun debate.
steal and smuggle drugs. Hold on.
Yeah, making fun of me and my nose while you do this.
Oh,
Drug addict.
oh, the legend, JC, James.
Happy Easter, JC.
Here are the fruits of
my labor.
And my last symbol used for this for the future said, learning to fly is a symbol for all the things we do not yet know how to do. I think that's a key point for me anyway. Great height is a symbol of fear. Yeah. Okay. So I would definitely say I was quite fearful moving forward. That's definitely because I was left, and I'm being honest here, and I'm not but it kind of like the way Ricardo was and the way it went down, the way that went down, And the paranoia that I've got myself, and I've got my own problems of being worrying that people are attacking me and shit. But like with the way that went, I think that did actually mean that I went forward with quite a bit of fear of the unknown, because everything changed and the carpet was completely pulled from underneath me. It wasn't like we all just moved forward and the landscape changed. It was violently pulled from underneath me at the same time as well. And then a little number was done on top of it. Now, I don't mean it's like affecting me or I fear it or anything like that, but that sort of stuff does have an effect on the environment. And for someone like myself, it just throws you a little bit, you know, because you just don't know where to go. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You don't know who to talk to, and that's it. That's where it leaves you. And that's how he fucking operates, and that's why nobody from his past. I'm so glad that he doesn't have any interaction.
CP, have you read the private chat?
Because Jesus Christ, huh?
Have you read
private
it?
chat. No, I haven't seen it. Oh God, what is it?
He said he's coming to.
Oh, Josh is telling him everything that's happening. Oh, is he? Oh, come over then. Come on, yes. Dare he say some? Dare he speak for himself? That'd be good. That'd be very good if he did. Good. Yeah, Doshin will tell him everything that's happening here. But once he's sugarcoated it first, otherwise he won't listen to him. I'm surprised he's even acknowledged that he's fucking posted in his
Now
chat.
he changed his mind. He doesn't want to come now. He's going to do his own.
Right, well, I'll give him, right, because we're at the 3 hour mark.
Oh my God, 3
And I was
hours.
going to do this an hour and a half. So,
Oh man.
so he can have, he's got 10 minutes
Oh,
to
he's
come
not happy
over.
that me and Vic are here.
And if you don't come over, then we can do it next week.
Oh well.
Come next week.
Well, I'm not happy. I don't have $1 million in my bank account, so.
Hey, you know,
You don't have to, Ron.
so I guess he doesn't want us
I
around.
think we should at least let him
That's
have
fine.
We should at least have something, actually to say something. He doesn't want you around.
Well, I mean, look, Dashin's obviously putting the worst, making the worst out of what we're saying. I've been here trying to, you know.
Oh, so he's instead of choosing to come on the panel with us, he's doing it over there, is he, with the Doshin?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Ricardo? Because I hope you can. Because what you're doing there is you're just proving my point massively. You can't deal with reality. You have to hide behind Doshin. And Doshin has to play up for you. And he's actually doing you a favor. He's protecting you from reality. You sad bastard.
You know, I came up here. I'm trying to preserve the friendship with Ricardo, but I guess, you know, he's gonna listen to Dashin and he's going to believe that we're here trashing him, which we are a little bit, but we're just talking about, you know, our observations of what we're seeing, and I don't hold it against him. I mean, you know, I'm sure he's going to be totally offended and not want me around anymore, but I don't feel that way, and you know, I just whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
at the end of the day,
I think we've been fair. We've been fair.
no skin off my back.
Firm but fair. We've based it on observations.
I've been
I
trying
think you've
to
been
be
more
very
than fair, Vic, and you have tried to decide. But there's 2 points here for me. One point is the last time he turned on me massively, it was all a narrative that was pre-chewed, he created it himself. You know, it was all pre-organized. It had nothing to do with what was actually happening in front of our eyes. The evidence was clearly to the opposite. Like Alt Account said, you know, he had a problem with Alt Account. He had a go at me. We asked him why that is. He's never answered.
Right.
Let alone put any evidence in.
Right.
He just doubles down on his lies.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
hey,
what
There's no
Alt
connection
Account,
to
can
reality
you
here.
tell us?
I'm not taking it
Can you
personally.
tell us what's going on out there?
Yeah, if you could tell us what's going on, I'm just gonna go. I'll be gone.
On his stream.
Yeah, what is Dashin saying?
I mean, basically, Dashin has been he's been launching on this stream. And basically, he just went back to Ricardo to report everything that happened here. So basically, one of the things that he said to Ricardo was that Ron and Big were here in the chat, and Ricardo automatically took it as it was something negative.
Right.
However, Dawson cleared himself later, and he said that you two guys weren't saying anything bad about him. But
Okay.
even then, at that point, Ricardo was still not happy
Yeah.
that you guys were here. On this
Yeah, yeah.
panel.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So,
Well, you know
yeah,
what?
So basically,
Oh,
they
but
just
this is
put
my
down
second point
the
there. I'm sorry to
stream,
interrupt for a second. He has
and
absolutely
now
no
they're having a time
worry.
with themselves, just Ricardo and Dawson.
Right.
Where at? On Dawson's channel or?
On Ricardo's channel. I think it's like a private channel.
Oh. You're my
They're probably
private
watching the
channel.
stream as we speak.
Can you post a link?
It's a private panel. Panel with Daoshin. Say what you want me to say.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me put it in the
So the
private
thing
chat.
is, as well, guys, you don't need to worry. You really don't need to worry. Ricardo will not hold it against you. This place is actually quite a good idea. So the death zone, Ricardo has proven it, hasn't it? It's all on me. I'll take responsibility. So it's like, I'll just take the
No, no,
shit.
no. Wait.
because I'm
Responsibility
already
for
going to be taking the shit
responsibility
anyway.
no, no.
for what?
Yeah,
What did you
no.
do wrong?
Well,
you, didn't, you
any
haven't done
event
anything
of
wrong.
shit,
No, no, no.
nothing.
Fuck that.
There's one
If
thing
he
I'm
wants
But
to
any
get,
event of shit that he
if
comes
he-
up with, because
if-
every
if
time
he-
it will.
if he gets to get his little feelings hurt, let him. You don't have
Yeah.
to take responsibility for shit you haven't done.
Yeah, that's
One
it. But he
thing-
won't. No, my point is that this is what's beautiful about it is that you guys can say what you want, and we'll test him at his own word. You know what I mean? It was like, how far can we take it? See how many people we
the
can get on
StreamYard?
saying shit. You know what I mean?
Is that the StreamYard for his stream?
Yeah, it
I'm not
should be.
gonna go over there and beg him
Oh,
and
is there a
get
stream?
on
I've not seen it.
No,
bow down and try to get him to forgive me. I'm not doing that.
no.
You know what I mean? If he wants to not like me, he wants to disown
If you
me,
guys
then
want to go
that's
over
fine.
to him, look at him.
No.
See what I mean about the extractor? He won't come over here, but he wants.
Right, he wants
to
us on
extract.
his
I mean,
channel.
we're going now anyway, so it's no problem. But he wants to extract all of you guys out into his little environment.
yeah.
You see? Do you see how this
Yeah, no.
works? We called him out. We're having a discussion. He has to extract it and to make it about him.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Full on extractor.
Ricardo's
There's
problem-
nothing. It's nothing bad.
Ricardo's problem shouldn't be with you guys. It should be with me. But for some reason, he's a coward, and he doesn't want to point that out.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the balls to go on stream and say something
Yeah.
to me directly. So instead, he's getting all his hurt,
Right, but he'll
feelings
put the
hurt,
panel on for everyone
and he's
else.
trying to blame each one of you. That's what's currently happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's trying
because
to
he
divide
doesn't-
and conquer, and not in the same way that Dean does it.
Yeah,
but it's
that's-
because he just wants to.
uh,
He just wants it to all fizzle out and be pathetic.
he has
so-
no leverage.
so that he
He
can
has no
control
leverage
it.
to talk.
You know, he just wants
over
it chicken
here.
legs. He wants a chicken leg version of everyone.
But I mean,
Ricardo, I mean, if you're watching this stream right now, I am not scared of you. If you want to come to this panel, come to this panel. I'll even mute my microphone and I'll let you say whatever you want to say about me. But here's the thing.
Yeah,
If you have a
me
problem,
too.
just make that problem directly with me. Your problem is not with CPE, it's not with Big, and it's not with Ron. It's with me. So if you have some balls, come on this stream and tell me what your problem is. Don't just run away and hide with Dodgy.
we're dodging out of everyone. Come on.
Yes. Well said. Fucking
Exactly,
well
all
said.
to
You ain't got a
count.
fucking. You ain't got a set of balls.
Is it about what
That said it all.
that you exposed Darius? Is it about that you are friendly with Slotham? Is it about what is it about?
His problem is the 2772 issue. For
Wow.
some reason,
Right, but he
But he-
supported he
but he was
supported
already-
Darius when he was
He
doxing people.
doxing level 1. He was already doxing level 1 before, way before 2772.
Yeah.
and that's not the issue. The issue is that when 2772 happened, Darius stopped.
Well, it's
Darius
it's
left.
impossible, isn't it?
And I guess he's mad at me because I'm the reason why Darius left for a couple months. And I guess he's hurt that Darius is not the same.
Yes.
He's blaming all of that on me. So that's really the problem that Ricardo has with me.
That.
But he doesn't. All that he has to do is just come to the stream and say it.
Also pissed off. Think about how pissed off he was that you were there talking to his mates though
Yeah.
as well. You know, someone who
Yeah.
wants to control everything like that. So that will have really triggered him as well, that he was losing control to you, I think, as well. Because that's how he would have seen it. He would have seen it as control.
Well, you know what? From now on, instead of hanging out in his streams, I'll just do my own. And I don't care if nobody comes, you know.
Yeah, because that's what he does. Have you noticed that? Have
Yeah.
you noticed that as well? Because it's like, oh, Ricardo's always streaming. We just think, oh, Ricardo's just always streaming.
Yeah.
And I
But
mean,
actually, what
I
it is he
believe
won't go to anyone else's stream. He has to extract them to his stream.
Yeah.
And Ricardo was yesterday on one of Big Store's streams, the one that I was playing a game.
Yep.
And I was lurking on that stream. I didn't say anything because
Uh-huh.
I didn't want it to bring the drama to your channel at that point.
Right.
So I just stayed quiet in the back. I just watched. But here's the deal. Now it's becoming an issue because he's using this situation right now, this panel, to blame other people for things that I done myself. And that's not right.
Yeah.
Okay, alt
no,
account. Do you have a problem with any of us, like with Vic, CP, or me, talking
No,
to
I
Ricardo or anybody else?
I don't have any problem with anyone really. I mean, besides Darius Truston and James Campbell. I mean,
Okay.
Carl, since he apparently let people know that he's racist.
What
Right.
what was the main what was the root of the problem with Darius alt account?
I mean, the problem that I really had with Darius was that I noticed right away that he was being racist on his streams, on his rants, and everybody just sat there and just let him be racist, and I didn't think that was right.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of when I spoke out against Darius, which was about the same time that Zlatan had an issue with Darius. So that's when my problem with Darius started.
Yeah, you know what? Same thing for me. I seen him saying racist slurs against Overthink back in the day when the Overthink first came on the scene, and yeah, that pissed me off too.
And it's not a secret anymore. I mean,
And it was
everybody
the
knows
whole-
about all the racist things that Darius has said. Everybody knows about how he attacked people, but when he's getting attacked, he just runs
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
There's no secret anymore.
Yeah.
But is there a particular like breaking point for you that you said like enough is enough? I'm gonna speak out against this motherfucker.
It just there's not a point per se. It's just the fact that because when I first started watching Darius, I started watching the Amico content. That's kind of how I got into his channel. And when I noticed how, yeah, his Amico stuff was funny, but I didn't agree with what he was doing behind the scenes. I didn't agree with the dancing. I didn't agree with the racist stuff. And that's kind of when I decided to stand up against it. And that's when I started to attack him. That's really the point that I decided to go against Darius.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Because I think the thing with him saying stuff and then running away, that didn't come till later, did it? That didn't come till he was challenged in any sort of formidable way. And that was when he got challenged, was when you and Slothan both had enough at the same time. Do you think that might have been because he just got so big for his boots that it was going to happen at that time anyway? Or do you think it's because you guys particularly saw it?
I think that he really believed that his community was going to protect him. And he never believed that he was going to be outed the way that he was. And especially when he outed himself by saying 2772, it was his own mistake.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think he took it very hard. and he had to run away.
Yes, I agree. He could have so easily
Because
dealt with
really,
that.
at that point, it didn't matter who was hanging out with
Yeah.
him. He did the mistake himself.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's what Ricardo is failing to understand. That's when Ricardo's issue comes with me because he doesn't understand that part. He doesn't understand that I really didn't dust Darius. I just was watching his stream and he said it. That's all that happened. But for some reason, Ricardo tends to think that
And he had it
went out
coming.
of my way to expose Darius.
He had it coming. He had it coming for the behavior that he was been doing. Like, come on, man. And even he
I'm gonna say
participated.
Christian
Even
Bale.
Ricardo himself participated in it. You know what I mean? Like he was there spouting off about level 1 online and you know, doxing his people and all of that. Like he participated in it.
Yeah, but I mean, Ricardo doesn't see it that way.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, Ricardo.
I think your mic just cut off alt account.
yeah, I think I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
You're back.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, Ricardo doesn't see it that way. And I mean, in reality, I was hanging around Ricardo's channel for 2 weeks. I didn't start any drama with him as Taco Bell Manor.
Yeah.
If you go back on those streams, I was just watching. I was just one of the participants. So
Yeah.
all of this issue really stems out of his insecurity.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, that's why he doesn't want to talk because, you know, he knows, like I said, he knows topics are going to come up that he doesn't want to talk about. And that's the brunt of it.
Now, I do want to ask something because I wasn't here when this got exposed. Is it true about the daughter? About Ricardo's daughter?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't care about that stuff. I don't pay attention to that stuff. You know, that's his business. You know, so for me, I don't pay attention to that.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if Ron knows something.
I don't know. I don't dig through his life at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We're not like that. You know what I mean? We don't like.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is over there with that, but you know, at the end of the day, something. He's not a happy bunny, is he? When it comes to some stuff, like you say, he's insecure about some stuff, and I think you called it last week. It all comes from that, and like Q you said, none of it's like intentional or you know strategized or anything like that. It's just pure some sort of psychological issue that he's got going on, and it could be that he's bipolar, and that like I see the covert narcissism side of things because it's just a coping strategy for someone who lives in a world where they're unsure that they can be efficient in the world. You know what I mean? They're unsure. They think they can't. They think they can't survive. There's a fundamental part of them that feels that they can't survive. You know,
Yeah.
without taking on other people.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got maybe his little internet ego that he's got to protect. You know, I don't know. It's something that I can't relate with, so I can't really talk on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna say it again because
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like a
Ricardo,
harsh.
I'm sure you're watching this stream right now. If you have anything to say, come on the stream and say it to me. Your problem is with me. It's not with CPE. It's not with Ron. It's not with Victor. If you have something to say it to me. Everybody that's watching the stream right now is basically hearing me calling you out. So let's see if you can actually come on the stream and say something.
Well, let me go ahead and go there, see if he wants to do anything. I'll be right back.
She is right. He probably isn't watching it, to be honest. He doesn't. That's the thing with Ricardo, is he will, if he says he's not, well, I think he lies and says he's not watching stuff when he does watch stuff, because he said he does videos. So there's that. But I think sometimes with us as well, specifically, if he says he's not going to watch something, I think a lot of the time he doesn't do it. I think a lot of the time he just doesn't bother. He's very good at just, he's interested in his own stuff. It's not like he ain't got anything else. I think that's the difference, I think, with Ricardo and Dean. Dean, he doesn't really seem to have anything else because he can't value the things that he does have. He definitely doesn't value his family. He's proven that. And everything's just very throwaway and disposable for him. Whereas I think for Ricardo, I think he does actually value the things he's got. He values his life. He values the things that makes him who he is. He values the things that make him happy. And that's why we got on with him. That's why I got on with him, because he does have stuff. He's got stuff in his life. He's got stuff to bring to the table. But I don't think he has much confidence in himself and his own judgment of it. And that could be because he's got some physical issue. It could be like just glands or something, and it's something that he had when he was a kid. It could be anything, couldn't it, that's knocked us back and made us feel like we're not. There's something that maybe holds us back from.
Well, maybe
being efficient.
Maybe the fact that this information is out there about his kid and this stuff. If that wasn't out there, maybe he would have more confidence. Maybe that's something that he doesn't want to address. Maybe that's something that he's ashamed of. And
oh dear.
Oh boy.
I can imagine they did. Oh well. I'm sure it'll all sort itself out. This is the thing with him, is over time I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope.
I mean, but there's no reason to wait. We can sort it out tonight. I'm here.
Yeah,
he's online. He's
not
with
gonna go for
Doshi,
that.
so he's online. The only thing stopping him is him coming to the stream. That's it.
Fear of the unknown, innit? The only thing to fear is fear itself, and there's nothing to be scared of. It's just us. We're all right. We're not that bad. He was inviting the fake version of you onto his panel the other day, all account one. You know what I mean? And I think he thought it was you. He thought it was you. So he's probably been talking to what? Is that Dean? Is it Lewis? Is it Albert? Who is it? Who's in there? Probably Doshi. That's funny,
probably
isn't
just
it?
him and Dosh.
He's like one of his own. Yeah, it probably is just Doshi. It'd be funny if it was Dean there. Where he's bitching about him and everything. He's one of his only one of his cornerstones of his.
I don't know if he would stoop that low. But hey, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Ricardo is not going to come to the stream. Instead, he's going to go and make a stream on his own, and he's gonna start attacking CPE first, and then he's gonna attack me, and then he's going to switch back to CPE.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But do you know what? At this point, though, I'm fucked if I do and I'm fucked if I don't.
And then probably there's gonna be an alt account of me in the chat. He's going to believe that it's me, and he's going to start inviting that person into the stream, so he can control the. So he can control.
Same
the
again,
narrative.
same thing,
So
exactly. Groundhog Day.
And say whatever he wants. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and he'll know it's an alt account this time, and he'll still do it.
Yeah.
Because he knows he can control that. So yeah, maybe that's what he's doing with Doshi. Maybe that is almost what they've entered into as some sort of contract. It's like he doesn't have to deal with the real people or any of it, does he? Because Doshi will just play it out for him, so he can do like this play act version of it. So in his head, he's dealt with this person. He's talked to that person.
In his head, he's not a coward. He's got to justify it or rationalize it.
Yeah, and he knows they're all alts, but if you just, it's like play acting. Yeah, they're all playing dress up. Both of them are doing it.
Well, to be fair, I think we all doing that to some
Crazy.
extent.
But yeah, he will have to go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, that's I suppose why we get on with him. Yeah.
I mean, I think we do it in a creative way though.
But
Like,
yeah, even if he does kick off at New York,
like I know from
well, that's where it gets. Yeah, that's when it gets sucked into your own personal needs, doesn't it? Rather than just creating it for the sake of it and having a game or a laugh or whatever you're making out of these characters.
yes.
It's if you
I mean, I think when it bleeds into your own personal
ways, then
when it bleeds into your own personal ego and your own personal life, then yeah, that's when you got a problem. Like I know that like Victor
well, there's
Vega
only
is
so
not
much of
me.
that energy in that system.
Right.
Yeah, but like it's like the laws of thermodynamics, isn't it? It's like if it stays within the system, then we can keep using that energy. It just keeps going round and round and round and growing as more stuff gets added to it. But if someone is constantly sucking that into their own shit, and they're not telling you that's what they're doing as well, because there's support and there's extra energy for people if they need that. You know what I mean? But when they're secretly and just embezzling with a bit of a fucking Chinese laundry, do you know what I mean? Just literally embezzling all the positive information, energy, or anything in the system, then that's what happens. And I've seen it this week. It flattens everything. Everything's already flattened. And it'll keep getting flatter and flatter and flatter until he tries to balance everything out. So everything's like his stream. Same game, same chat, same comment, same commenter, same comfy jumper. But I can use that to my advantage because I can speak out at him now because he'll slag me off whatever I do. And you guys are free to come and say whatever you want because I will always take the shit for it. That's what I'm saying. Like, so he's fucked it up in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Because I can say it now. I can say what I want. He's always going to have a go at me. He's always going to spend a week having a go at me, no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, now he's got his excuse to get back into it and to talk shit every day because he was been good, right? He's been just doing his game streams, just chit chatting about normal things.
Yeah.
Now
well,
he's got his door back in. Now he can talk shit and do what he needs to do.
Yeah. Oh, I bet he's been warming up to his subject, something like you've never seen. Yeah, I wouldn't know because I've not watched, but I bet he's been like a fucking cat that got the cream this week, that kid. Oh, I bet that little smile on his face has been like from ear to ear. And Doshin's been like rubbing his cock the whole time. Fucking loving it. Oh, mate, it's ridiculous. Just playing with people, that's all he does. He plays with people.
Yeah, well.
That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's just an opinion.
And I'm probably quite wrong. Because I don't, I've not watched any of his streams all week. I don't know.
No, he's been kind of just chill and just not really talking about stuff like that. And he's been good. And that's why I've been hanging around and I've enjoyed his going around his streams. He's been coming to mine and supporting my streams. So like,
yeah,
I felt like, we were on a good thing, but I guess it's all thrown away now because of, some bullshit. So now, I won't be seeing him on my streams. He won't be seeing me on his streams.
I don't know. Has he even gone in on you? He might not go in on you, Vic. If you're useful to him politically, he might not.
Right.
I swear to God, he's got a thing for blokes.
I don't know.
He's
it
got
just
a thing
seems
for
like
blokes. And so if you are a good conduit to get somewhere else, then he will. You won't get any shit.
I'm not. I'm such a. I feel like I'm such a nothing in this world. Like nobody has nothing to gain by being friends with me. Like I don't understand it.
I would disagree. You might not see it, but other people do. Mate, I think you're wrong because why the hell then trying to get you over? Since you came on the scene, do you not remember? You think you're a nothing person, right? Do you not remember what happened?
What happened? They were
Carl
trying to get
comes in
me.
straight off, tries to get you over to the rats. Falls out then with me and you, and makes a massive lie about
Yeah.
me and you because
Yeah.
he failed to get
Well,
you over to
yeah,
the rats. 'Cause that's
I
what
feel like
he was
yeah,
tasked
maybe
with
that's
that.
what he was doing. He was maybe because
You've been like, they were
yeah.
after you big time. They've always been after
Well, maybe I
you
don't
for
know.
like a year now. They've been after you. And you know, that's not because you're a nothing person. That's because they've been chasing. They've been proper chasing you. It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know about
They
that.
want you so much.
I mean, I'm such a boring person. You know.
Well, that's why. But again, it's projection, isn't it? That's what they do. They just say
Right,
that
right.
shit.
I mean,
So,
everybody
because we were calling him boring.
exactly. So it's I just
We were
think it's
calling
funny.
them sheep. We were calling him boring. So all of a
Yeah,
sudden, it's
it's
all
all the
about that.
time.
We were taking the piss out of his views. He comes on and takes the piss out of my views, which is completely
Yeah, it's like
like
he's the one that cares about that
just
stuff.
like you were saying, like so unaware. Like what the hell? Like, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right, guys.
Like
I think I'm out.
Right. Well, we've got the half past. Yeah, we're in the half three mark. So thank you so much for coming, you guys.
Oh, thank you for having me.
yeah, thanks for coming
And
out.
I'll let you guys say anything last minute. Things you have to say.
I'm gonna say, just for the record, Ricardo, man, I don't have nothing against you, dude, and you're still welcome to be cool with me and all of that. Like, don't let this fuck up everything. Like I'm not going to bring up shit about you or anything. Like, whatever. I enjoy having you around and everything. So I hope we can move past this.
Ricardo, I mean, your problem is with me. Just make peace with Victor, Ron, and CPE. They have nothing to do with the problem that you and I have. So if you gotta say something, just say it to me directly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I think that was very reasonable from both of you, and I don't think anyone's got really any reason to be pissed off. But if they have, they're more than welcome to say something back. Ricardo, I know you're already pissed off with me because I'm a woman, so there's that. So I don't expect anything else. So feel free to blame me for everything. I brought it up. You were my topic of conversation. I brought this conversation up. You can blame me. I will take full responsibility because, unlike you, Ricardo, I've got balls. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, and thank you.